Good afternoon. Welcome to Tyler, Texas. We're at Mike Carter Field on the campus of the Rose City Complex. This is Dr. John Groth on the pregame show. Had a chance to talk to both head coaches just a few minutes ago down on the field. We'll hear from them in just a minute. Both these teams are at similar spots. The Weatherford Coyotes in town to play a single non-inning game against the Tyler Junior College Apaches. Apaches have won 4 in a row after a sweep of Navarro last week in their 3-game series. They run-ruled the Bulldogs here at Mike Carter last Wednesday. And then a doubleheader sweep on Friday, Good Friday, has put them in a right in the middle of the playoff picture. We'll talk about that as the day progresses. But the Apaches had been on the outside looking in until last week. And a big series against the Bulldogs have put them right in the middle of the conference race with only 3 to go, as the Apaches will take on the Panola Ponies this week. Wednesday game is at Carthage, and then the Saturday game will be right here at Mike Carter Field. The Weatherford Coyotes are coming off a series split against the McLennan Highlanders, as the Coyotes won the first game on Wednesday, lost the second, and did the same thing on Saturday at McLennan in Waco. And so the Coyotes have one series left as well, as they'll take on Vernon in their last series next week. So they have an off week, and then they'll play one more series against the Chaparrals from Vernon College. So with that as a backdrop, and the Weatherford Coyotes, by the way, ranked number 2 in the NJCAA poll. That may change while we're on the air. The national polls usually come out on Monday, and I've been trying to refresh my computer here to see if it's going to update from last week. But last week, the Coyotes were ranked number 2 in the country, and it hasn't updated yet, so we'll have to keep you posted on that one. But Jeff Lightfoot, 22 years as the skipper for the Weatherford Coyotes. Before that, he was the head coach at Eastfield College, won a national championship for the Eastfield Highlanders, and then started from scratch. The program at Weatherford has had great success, especially in recent years, getting to Grand Junction, Colorado in the Junior College World Series, finishing, I don't think they finished 3rd maybe 2 years ago at Grand Junction. So, and he's got as good a club this year as maybe he's had in quite a while, including that one. So we'll talk about that as the day progresses as well. But let's hear from Jeff Lightfoot, the head coach for the Weatherford Coyotes right now. All right, we're outside the Coyote dugout here at Mike Carter Field with longtime head coach Jeff Lightfoot. Welcome back to Tyler. First thing I want to do is, congratulations on number 900 last week. That's quite a feat.
Thanks, John. I appreciate it.
I know being the only coach for the Coyotes, and then obviously before that over at Eastfield. Talk about what that number means to you.
Man, honestly, I don't really even think about that kind of stuff, to be honest with you. I just come out here and play every day, and as you know, man, it's not really about the wins and losses. It's about the relationships with the kids and what those wins represent with different teams you had along the way and those types of things. But yeah, I mean, milestones are cool, but it's not really something that's on my mind, to be honest with you.
You got a ball? Did you get a ball?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I have one for, I think, every 100 win.
That's what I got.
I think I have one, yeah.
Mine stopped, but yours is keep. I know you got one more to get, I would hope, and Lord willing, you'll get there. But such a privilege, and what it represents to me, Jeff, is what you just said, is it's a lot of lives influenced.
Yeah.
And, boy, it's just a long time, and it's a great legacy for you, and so congrats on that. And
thank you.
I know the guys that are in it for the right reasons, really, they aren't worried about the numbers. The numbers will take care of themselves.
Yeah.
But it's those relationships. So just a lot of kids that have had a chance to get influenced by Jeff Lightfoot, and that's pretty cool.
Thank you. Well, yeah, when you're in the fire too, you're trying to fight for a championship and trying to get in a position to win a regional and all those things, man. You don't really have time to sit back and think about those things. It's, hey, what's next? And my guys said the other day, Coach, you just don't smile very much. Why do you? I said, man, it's something. As soon as something good happens, my mind goes to what's next.
Right. We're similar in that way.
So I mean, if we get a lead with a home run,
I'm going to give you permission to stop and smile today.
Yeah,
that's a pretty cool thing. Not many coaches have been in it that long and have been blessed to be that successful. So, talking about being in the moment, you guys are right in the first place right now in your conference. Just came off a kind of a back and forth series with McLennan, another ranked club, and And you got a good club, man. I mean, there's a lot of good things going on right now. You're in similar situation as Doug. I think you both have like one more conference series, and then it's just wait and see how everyone else does on the seeding, and then you go to regionals. So, talk about your season so far in the conference race and what you like about this club.
Well, we've pitched it really well for the most part. Been pretty consistent in our rotation, and we've got some back-end bullpen pieces that have been pretty good. Played really good defense for the most part. Offensively, we've had a few guys that have had really consistent years, and then some other guys that have kind of been hot and cold. And, offensively, honestly, I'm not really where I'd like to be. I feel like we've got some work to do, but we have some different things that we can do. We have some guys that can run and some guys that can get out of the yard. And, depending on the day, we can kind of run some different things at you. So I like where we're at. And obviously for us, 4 conference games to play with a 1-game lead, right. It's right where you want to be.
Right. And you'd taken that if you'd said that's where you'd be going into the last weekend of series of conference games. So, I don't know. I look at a lot of stat sheets, Jeff. 147 extra base hits. Yeah. Pretty impressive. You've got 2 guys, Trace and Manuel, that really have had amazing years. Got to believe they're going to be in the running for some pretty high accolades at the end of the season. Talk about those 2 guys and what they do offensively for you.
Trace is really special. He can beat you in a lot of different ways. He can really run, really athletic.
Both are base stealers.
Yeah, and Manny too. Manny's nursing a hand injury, so I didn't bring him today. Okay. He's going to have the day off. But both of them very tough outs. And as you know, we talk about as hitting coaches, they can hit the ball the other way. Yep. And if you want to pitch them in, they can handle it. So
there's a reason those numbers are good.
Yeah, I mean they're tough outs. They can handle the off-speed pitches. They can handle it in and out, and very disciplined. And they have a really good approach about what they're doing. And really professional about their approach every day. So yeah, those 2 guys have been special.
Well, Trace, good gracious, 30 extra base hits, 15 out of the yard, 55 RBI, and you still got plenty of games to play. So I'm looking forward to calling this and seeing some of these guys step to the plate. Yeah, I know that you said Manny's not here, so we'll look forward to watching Trace swing the bat today. But on this pitching side of it, man, really good numbers. 7 guys that have saves. And, of course, I think Pena's your leader in that category. But there's not many junior college teams that I've watched this year that have that many guys with, that can do it in the back end. So, I don't know, talk about that element and how much that helps your club.
Well, as you know, man, if you want to make a postseason run, you've got to be really good in the bullpen. You got to have both. I mean, you got to be pretty complete, and that was one of our goals. Obviously, when you set up to get a recruiting class, you want to have depth at the starting rotation, which we've had, 5 or 6 guys start games for us. But the back end, we've got some guys that can throw some different things at you, and Pena's special, man. He 92 mile an hour cutter and breaking ball is really elite, and he's very very tough to handle. And Richardson's got a good breaking pitch. We've got some sidearm guys that we can use, and got some different options we can throw at you.
I'm just telling you, and just from experience, your dugout knows that. Yeah. And so you get into these games, and if you can you can shorten games really well. And if your offense can produce a little bit, and obviously they are, that leads to what you have in this year in number 2 ranking right now. I don't know, the polls will come out momentarily. I've been refreshing all morning to see if they have updated. But, congrats on the year. Last thing I want to ask you, Jeff, is a personal thing. I've been praying for Cole. And just, it seems like he's taking a turn. Things are going really well. Talk about, give our fans an update, because he's part of the Apache family as well.
Yeah. He's doing well. It's a journey still, and it's going to be a long journey for him. But he's got a job now.
Right. I read that online, and I was really encouraged that he's getting to a place where he's even thinking about that.
Yeah, for sure. He's still got some surgeries left. Right. I mean, he's having problems with his arm still, and has a lot of things to do. But life goes on, and he's trying to figure out a way to make an income, and he's doing that. And I've been proud of him, man. Just getting a job and going to work and providing, and but he's still got some work to do on his arms, but he's in a good spot.
Good. Well, I know you're a man of faith, and yesterday was a big day for hope, and we're really hopeful that Cole, just comes right back. And really, I'm proud of him to be an Apache, and I know you are too. And this is a day where I know you have ties to this program because of Doug Wren, and just always have appreciated, Jeff, the way you carry yourself, the way your program runs, and wish you nothing but the best this year. Hopefully you guys, I know that Brett's made a nice little run here, and he's putting himself right in the mix, so you just don't know where this might end up. But anyways, best to you. I know you've been on the doorstep of a national championship, and I hope that you get one before it's time to get that 1,000th win. Those are all some milestones that you don't care about.
Yeah.
But I do. I hope you get those things.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It's great to be back out here, and Tyler's always had a great program and great facilities, and it's fun to be back, and excited for the journey ahead, and I appreciate the kind words.
All right, big shout out to Jeff Lightfoot. The umpires are heading to home plate. They're going to go over the ground rules and for this Monday afternoon ball game. Beautiful day here in Tyler, Texas. I also had a chance to catch up with Coach Brett Doe. He was under the weather last time we broadcast a game. Last Wednesday, he was dealing with some food poisoning, and boy, it's so good to see him out here with a big smile on his face, feeling much better. So let's hear from Coach Doe right now. All right, we're out on near home plate, getting ready to play non-conference on a Monday afternoon. Beautiful day for baseball, and glad to see Brett Doe back at the ballpark.
Yeah, good to be back.
I don't know if I need to give you some bad food or not. You guys run-rolled Navarro last time you weren't here. So
Seriously.
You're feeling better?
Feel much better.
All right, family's good.
Family's good. We're through the worst of it, so.
All right,
yeah.
good. Well, I said on air about we had I think it was a 25th anniversary barbecue on the lawn of Jenkins Hall years ago.
Yeah.
Hundreds of people got food poisoning, my family was among them, so I could totally relate to what you were going through. Not a fun thing. We're so glad to see you out here, and man, congrats! 3 against Navarro. You guys launched yourself right back in to the playoff hunt.
Yes.
Talk about last week and the doubleheader sweep that you had over at Corsicana on Friday. Talk about that.
I feel like we've done a much better job these past few weeks of handling success. We didn't have many opportunities to do that there for a while,
right.
And our guys have stayed hungry. They've been really, we've been satisfied with how hard we've been playing and how good of baseball we've been playing, but guys haven't been satisfied with that being enough. We've continued to get better. We've won each of those games in different ways, right. And the win, here, obviously an offensive barrage helped us, and Trevor going to CG really helped our bullpen. And then when we went over there, the wind was blowing in 30 to 40 miles an hour.
I've been there many times.
It was
It's amazing you scored that many runs.
Oh, it was
I've
something.
been to many 3-2, 1-0.
Yes.
That place can just suck up
It just
anything.
kept the game close. Our
Right.
guys threw really well, and we had hitters drive balls with people on base that, they're coming back to the dugout like, any other day,
Right.
if the wind's not blowing,
Exactly.
and so we did a really good job of just sticking to ourselves and playing the game the right way.
Well, your pitchers, you outscored them in the 3-game series 21-1.
Yes.
And I don't know, man. They're right there fighting for, trying to win a conference series. Usually trying to get in.
Yeah.
And what a time. Like, we've talked about this a little bit in the past, but you want to be playing your best ball, like, now.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's happening.
It is. And it's a testament to the guys not folding. There's been chances all throughout the year of frustration, adversity, where guys could fold, and they haven't done that at all. And I'm really proud of them, and think it says a lot about them. And it's much more fun coaching this group right now when they're confident and going about business the right way and playing the game hard, and it makes my job a little bit easier.
Well, the last 2 weeks I pulled up numbers, and I know that Lathan and Landry have really been solid for you all year.
Yes.
Sawyer and Preston really were big pieces in the last 2 weeks of you guys turning this thing around.
Big time. They've been awesome. We've been able to have guys throughout our lineup, whether, Preston's kind of been at the top, Sawyer kind of there after the big heavy hitters in the middle to clean up different RBI situations. Right. Both of them have had early count barrels. They've had 2-strike where they just battle, big RBI, 2-out hits. They've been invaluable to our lineup.
Well, in that stretch, Lathan and Landry have been consistent as well as they have been all year, but those two guys really gave your offense a spark. And, of course, Will and Cade and Trevor, I don't know if you're going to stay with that rotation this next week, but they really got it done last week against Navarro and against Angelina. And you're feeling it better. You're the last 2 weeks, you're feeling it at a 980 clip, which is your best of the year. So
absolutely.
These Ducks are kind of falling in the right place at the right time. You still got a lot of games. You got 3 games left, and then you got to sit, right?
Yeah.
And wait.
Yeah.
See how everyone else does. Yeah. But all you can do, and that's put your best out there against a really good Panola team, probably pretty hungry. And, really, numerically, in the loss column, they're in first right now.
Yes.
And so really important games. All of them are. I told that to Eli last week when we talked, but kind of fun. You know, you got everything out in front of you, and you're going to be playing a really good Panola team this week. Talk about what you're looking forward to there.
Like you said, they're playing for a conference championship, and these are 3 really big games for them. We're playing for positioning and to solidify a postseason spot. So it's what you asked for, and it's going to be nice to have 2 of the 3 games here at Mike Carter Field on Saturday.
Well, everyone's going to be scoreboard watching after that.
Yes.
And even that, right? Because you
Yes.
guys will be done. And you got another series with Grayson, who's also a really good club in the conference
team.
with
Yes.
Weatherford. So how are we going to handle the pitching today? I know that this is my biggest frustration on these you got some really good Monday games, McLennan and Weatherford. And we don't get to see the best arms. I understand it's not conference games, but how are you going to pitch this one?
I think you'll see today the overall depth on both teams is really good.
Yeah.
We have some injuries on our staff. We've got guys that are throwing in conference games, and we still have guys that we've been itching to get out on the mound.
Okay.
And so you kind of
Who's going to start?
We're going to have Dane LeMaster starting, who has really good stuff. He's been itching to start, and he's somebody that if we go on a postseason run, he's a top candidate to get a big-time start in the postseason. So let them start today and see how it goes.
You guys played these guys way long ago. Seems like 2 years ago.
Yes, it
and
does.
They can swing it.
They can.
They got some guys that I've been looking at stat sheets all spring, Brett, and they got some impressive bats in this lineup. So I'll be anxious to see how the pitching staff handles that. And it should be fun. We got a great day for baseball. I'm so glad to see you back out here with a smile on your face.
Thanks,
and not hugging that toilet.
Absolutely.
So I wish you guys the best. Let's go get one.
Absolutely. Thanks. Go Apaches.
Big shout out to Coach Brett Doe and Jeff Lightfoot for their pregame time. Dr. John Groth with you on the call. We're getting ready to play baseball here at Mike Carter Field. Let's walk you through the lineup for the Coyotes. Coyotes right now ranked number 2 in the country. They're in first place in the North Texas Junior College Athletic Conference, 38-9 on the year, 21-7 in conference play. They're led by 23-year head coach Jeff Lightfoot. The pitching coach is Judd Kinsey. Leading off for the Coyotes will be the shortstop, J.C. Davis. Batting second will be the right fielder, Tyler Moody. Batting third, third baseman, Trace Mazan. Batting third is the left fielder, Mason Ashlock. Here comes the first pitch of the ball game in there for a strike, and we're underway at 1:01 Central Time. 76 degrees here at the ballpark, 44% humidity, a northeast wind 6 to 10 miles an hour. Fly ball right field. This is playable for Preston Newberry, and there's one out. So F9 if you're scoring at the house. The no-hitter's still intact. And here's Tyler Moody. Batting fifth is the designated hitter, Caden Mitchell. Batting sixth, first baseman Fisher Polidorf. Batting seventh, second baseman Tanner Seaver. Batting eighth is the catcher, Jake Overstreet. Batting ninth for the Coyotes, center fielder Trey Butler. On the mound for Weatherford will be Jason Davis. Next pitch, outside, left-handed batting right fielder Tyler Moody. And it's 2-0 on Moody. Full windup for Dane LeMaster. Boy, that goes to the screen. Hit the bowl there. All right, defensively for your Apaches, Levi Reisenhoover in left, Troy Johnson in center, Preston Newberry in right. Around the infield, Landry Stamps gets the nod at third base today. Nico Ruedis at short. Zach Zavala starts at second. Gabe Flores at first. Josiah Mackey behind the plate. As the next pitch is in there, it's 3-1 to Tyler Moody. And on the mound, 6 foot 180, a right-handed sophomore from the Woodlands, Dane LeMaster. LeMaster 4-2 with an 8.10 ERA. Next pitch, check swing, called a strike. It's 3-2. This will be LeMaster's 12th appearance of the year, his second start for the Apaches. 23 and a third innings, 25 strikeouts, and 16 walks. Sophomore from the Woodlands, a Wharton Junior College transfer, Dane LeMaster, and there goes the perfect game. He just walked the two-hitter, Tyler Moody. Trace Mazon is the third baseman, and boy, you talk about somebody having a year. We'll bring up his stats second time through the lineup, but tell you what, this guy is positioning himself for some serious postseason accolades. Mazon, a sophomore, 6'1", 190. He's out of Aledo, Texas. And there goes the no-hitter. He saw one pitch that he liked. He drove it into left field, and there's 2 on and 1 out for the Weatherford Coyotes. Here's Mason Ashlock, the left fielder, first time through. Ashlock, 6'4", 205, a sophomore from Dripping Springs, Texas. That's just outside the Austin area. This Weatherford club has some pretty impressive offensive stats individually and as a team. First pitch outside, ball 1. As a club, they're batting .320. They got 147 extra base hits, 98 doubles, 8 triples, 47 homers in 47 ball games. They're hitting a homer a game. Next pitch is going to miss inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Ashlock, the cleanup hitter for Weatherford. Weatherford coming off a loss at McLennan on Saturday. They split a doubleheader. They won game 1 and lost game 2. Split the series with the Highlanders, and that's way inside. Almost got him. And Josiah Mackey had to jump out of his crouch to catch that ball. 3-0. LeMaster, a little bit of command issues here in the early going. His second start of the year, his 12th appearance. 4-2 with an 8.10 ERA. Here's the next pitch. Misses high and inside. Second walk of the inning. And the bases are full of Coyotes. This is not how you wanted to start the game if you're an Apache fan. Caden Mitchell, the DH, is going to step in from the left side. And Mitchell, listed as a catcher on the roster, sophomore, 6 foot, 200. He's out of Salina, Texas. First pitch from the wind. And that's going to miss high. Wind blowing out to right here. Got to be careful with the left-handed batting Caden Mitchell. Next pitch. Big hack right there. Didn't get cheated. 1-1. What a beautiful day here in Tyler. 76 degrees at game time. Pretty low humidity, 44%. Northeast winds 6 to 10. Shouldn't be a huge factor here. 1-1 pitch. Gets away from Mackey, and that'll be a run. And there goes the shutout. Wild pitch moves everybody up a spot. And the Coyotes are on the board. It's 1-0. 2 balls and a strike to the 5-hitter, Caden Mitchell. Dane LeMaster going to stay from that windup. The 2-1 off the plate, 3-1. Boy, just really has not found that rhythm yet. And 1 pitch away from loading the bases again. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a miss, 3-2. So Mitchell's had a couple of healthy swings at LeMaster fastballs, has not been able to connect. And now it's a 3-2 count. Well, you'd love to get a strikeout right here or an infield pop-up. Here's the payoff. Popped up left side. That's going to be foul and just over the fence into the Coyote bullpen area down the left field corner. Ballpark symmetrical, 327 down the lines, 360 in the gaps, and about 380 straight away center field, 15-foot high wall straight away to the gaps, 13 in the gaps, and then probably about 11 in the corners. Fly ball center field should be deep enough to score the run, and it's going to be Troy Johnson catching. Here comes the throw to the plate, and got him. Did not slide, and Mackey put the tag on. It's a double play. What a nice play by Troy Johnson. And that's an F8, 8-2. And Mazon did not slide at home plate, and he was tagged out. Boy, that's a huge play to minimize the damage. So what looked like it was going to be a really big inning for the Coyotes ends up being only 1 run. Coyotes will leave 1 runner on base. And we're through 1/2 inning here at historic Mike Carter Field. It's the Weatherford Coyotes, ranked number 2 in the country, 1, and the Apaches coming to the plate. Okay, let's walk you through the Tyler Junior College Apache lineup here. The Apaches 28-18 overall, 14-13 now in conference play after that 3-game sweep of the Navarro Bulldogs last week, led by first-year head coach Brett Doe. Pitching coach is Eli Egger. Here's the lineup for today's game. Leading off is the right fielder Preston Newberry. Batting second baseman Zach Zavala. Batting third baseman Landry Stamps. Batting cleanup, left fielder Levi Reisenhoover. Batting fifth, the designated hitter Grayson Linscomb. Batting sixth, the shortstop Nico Ruedis. Batting seventh, first baseman Gabe Flores. Batting eighth, the catcher Josiah Mackey. Batting ninth for the Apaches, center fielder Troy Johnson. Defensively for the Coyotes from Weatherford, Mason Ashlock in left, Trey Butler in center, Tyler Moody in right field. Around the infield, Trace Mazon at third, J.C. Davis at short, Tanner Seaver at second base, Fisher Polidoroff at first base. Behind the plate, Jake Overstreet, and on the mound, 6'2", 255, a right-handed sophomore from Mansfield, Texas, Jason Davis. Davis going to go from the set position here. Faces Preston Newberry. First pitch is off the plate, ball one. Davis 0-0 with a 4.15 ERA. This is his 6th appearance of the year, his 3rd start for the Coyotes. 8 2/3 innings, 8 strikeouts, and 6 walks. A sophomore from Mansfield, Texas, Jason Davis. He's fallen behind the leadoff hitter, Preston Newberry, 2-0. Newberry, 5'10", 180, a sophomore out of Tyler, Texas. He's a Weatherford transfer, so Newberry very familiar with this club, and Coach Lightfoot's program transferred from that program over here to the Apaches. 3-0. So how long is it going to be before the NJCA has a transfer portal? Or something like that. 3-0 pitch, and there goes the perfect game. No perfect game here today, folks. Leadoff walk to Preston Newberry. And here's Zach Zavala. Zavala, 5'9", 190. He's out of Georgetown, Texas. Georgetown high school product. Transfer from the University of Houston. Here's the first pitch in there for a strike. If you aren't keeping up with what's going on in the NJCAA and the NC2A academically right now in terms of student athletes, there is a movement from the junior college side of things to level the playing field, as the four-year schools have created some relatively new policies that is making it much more difficult for junior college student athletes to transfer to four-year universities and NC2A schools. And so hoping that the lobbying from the NJCAA and many other entities involved in two-year college sports will have some impact. There goes the runner, throw to second. Newberry slides, got him. Boy, what a nice throw by Jake Overstreet. Right on the button. And that'll go 2-4, caught stealing, and the base runner is erased. So one out, nobody on. A 1-1 count to second baseman Zach Zavala. Well, we're glad you're with us here on a beautiful Monday afternoon in Tyler. And if you get an opportunity, shoot a quick email to that email on the front screen there. Next pitch is in there. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Zach Zavala. do have one out, nobody aboard. Pitch. That's up the middle. There goes the no-hitter. So there won't be a no-hitter by either club today. Nice swing by Zach Zavala. And stepping in now with one on and one out is Landry Stamps.
Number 3, Landry Stamps.
Landry Stamps, 6'3", 220 out of Keller. He's a freshman. What a year he's having. Continues to swing the hot bat. There's a snap throw. Pretty quick feet there, and got to hurry. Zavala stepping a dive back to the bag. Jason Davis, his 6th appearance, the big right-hander. 3rd start of the year for Weatherford. Here's the first pitch to Stamps, outside, ball 1. Well, both these teams have one more conference series. Weatherford is off this week. They'll play some non-conference to fill in for those conference dates, as they got the bye this week. The Apaches, they'll travel to Carthage on Wednesday and then back here to Mike Carter on Saturday to finish up their conference schedule with Panola. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. And if you look right now at the Region 14 North standings, in the loss column, Panola is actually in first place, percentage points behind Bossier. Bossier's 16-11, Panola 14-10. 1-1 count with 1 out. Stepping a dive, boy. Getting closer every time there. Zavala back safely. Bossier 16-11, Panola 14-10. Then it's the Apaches who have launched themselves into 3rd place at 14-13. And then the Northeast Texas Community College Eagles and Navarro College at 12-12, right behind the Apaches. The 1-1. Hit him on the foot. And that'll move the runner up, and that'll put Stamps at first base. So 2 on. This inning's looking like the Apaches' first inning when they were in the field.
Left fielder, number 12,
You've already had a walk, a single, and now a hit batter. 2 on, 1 out. Here's the cleanup hitter, Levi Reisenhoover. Right after Northeast is Navarro, actually tied with Northeast is Navarro, 12-12. And then right behind those two clubs is Paris, 11-13. So you got 3 games separating 6 clubs as they fight for the top 4 spots in the last 2 weeks of the season. So it should be fun to watch. The Apaches will play this week and then watch the scoreboard next week. And hopefully they can do what they need to get one of those top 4 spots. 1 ball, no strikes to Reisenhoover. Fouls it straight back. Reisenhoover, 5'10", 185 out of Euless, Texas. Went to Trinity High School. Sophomore in the cleanup spot today. And that's in the right field, base hit. Runner's going to be sent home, and the ball's bobbled, and everybody will hold up on their bases. It's an RBI single for Levi Reisenhoover, and we are tied. Nice piece of hitting by Reisenhoover. That ball was in, and he kind of inside-outed it into right field, right through that 4-hole. And so Stamps goes to second. Zavala comes home to score. You still got 2 on. You still got 1 out. And now it's the DH, Grayson Linscomb, stepping in for the Apaches. First pitch to Grayson off the plate, ball 1. Grayson Linscomb listed at 6'4", 225, a sophomore from Houston. Houston Memorial product. He is a sophomore. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball 1 strike. Coyotes ranked number 2 in the latest national poll. It comes out every Monday, so I will keep checking this as we go throughout the broadcast. It should update probably during this game. They were number 2 behind LSU Eunice. Big swing and a miss, 1-2. Blinn is ranked number 5 right now. They're in Region 14. The Apaches are going to have to get through them. They want to get to the promised land of Grand Junction, Colorado. And as you go down the top 25 from last week, the McLennan Highlanders, number 18. There go the runners, swing and a miss. Throw to second, into center. And everybody's going to go up an extra base. It's going to be a run. The Apaches take the lead, 2-1. So Reisenhover will steal second base. Stamps will steal third, and then Stamps comes home on the E2.
Batting for your Apaches, shortstop, number 33, Nico Ruedas.
All right, I guess it was strike 3 on this. It was a strike. Was it looking, I guess? He did swing. So a swinging strikeout, first of the ball game for Jason Davis. And now you have a runner at third, 2 outs for the shortstop, Nico Ruedas. First pitch to Nico, catches the corner, strike 1. So McLennan, with the Apaches, will end up playing 4 times this year. They're still ranked in the top 25 at 18. And you got Sanjak, another Region 14 club, right at 25. The 0-1 off the plate. And I'm wondering if those Panola ponies are going to sneak in. They have gotten votes in previous polls, did not get any votes last week, as they've played pretty good baseball all spring. And as we noted, they are actually in first place in the loss column at the moment. Foul tip caught for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Nico Ruedas. Nico, 6 foot, 185, out of Dripping Springs High School. There's a ball in the dirt, and good hustle by Overstreet to get over there and pounce on it before the runner at third base, Reisenhover, could get home. So it's even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jason Davis, trying to get the Coyotes off the field, has given up 2 runs on just 1 hit. A couple of walks and a hit batter. 2-2 pitch, high fastball, got him. So back-to-back strikeouts will get Davis out of trouble. But the Apaches, 2 runs on, actually 2 hits, excuse me. RBI single by Reisenhover was the second hit. And we're going to the second inning. We're playing real baseball today, a single 9-inning affair at Mike Carter Field. Glad you're with us. 2-1 Apaches. Welcome back to Tyler, Texas. We're at historic Mike Carter Field. Dr. John Groth with you.
For the Coyotes, first baseman number 25, Fisher Polydorov.
All right, very nicely, Polydorov. That's not an easy name to say. Preston Caldwell on the PA call. Fisher Polydorov at first base will lead it off. 6, 7, and 8 for the Coyotes. Dane LeMaster, first pitch, up the middle, base hit. There's the second hit of the day for the Coyotes. And that'll bring up the 7-hitter, Tanner Seaver, the second baseman. He's going to walk around and hit from the wrong side of the plate. Second baseman for Weatherford today. Seaver listed as a sophomore, 6', 190. He's out of Coppell, Texas. That's over in the Metroplex. First pitch is going to miss for ball 1. Well, the Coyotes right now, 21-7. They sit on top of the North Texas Junior College Athletic Conference. Percentage points ahead of Grayson College. So their conference race is very similar to the Apaches in terms of how close it is. Right behind Grayson are the McLennan Highlanders. They're 16-8. Here's the 1-0 off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Then it's Cisco at 14-10, Vernon 13-11, and then there's a pretty good gap there. Hill College 8-16, Temple is 8-16, Rangers 16-8, and North Central Texas is also 6-18. So I think the way they operate is very similar. The top 4 will qualify, and so there's going to be a fight for that 4th spot. Got 5 teams fighting for 4 over there. But Weatherford is at the top, 21-7, just ahead of Grayson. Next pitch, there goes the runner. Throw down by Mackey, not in time. Stolen base for Polidorov. And he's at second with no one out. Both these clubs not afraid to run. Let's see. For Fisher Polidorov, that'll be stolen base number 1 of the year. Okay, first stolen base right there. That ball's fouled off toward the Rose Garden, which is right next door to historic Mike Carter Field, the Tyler Rose Garden. If you haven't been to Tyler, you need to visit the Rose Garden. They got a nice museum inside their building, and then just tens of thousands of roses. And a lot of them are in bloom right now. Really pretty over there. Here's the payoff pitch. And there's another walk by Dane LeMaster. He walked 2 in the first inning, and that's walk number 3. And now, with runners at first and second, here's the 8-hitter, catcher Jake Overstreet. Jake Overstreet, a freshman, 5'9", 195. He's out of Rockwall, Texas. I was over in Rockwall the other day. Fouled straight back. 0-1. So we'll keep checking the national poll. And still hasn't updated from last week. But this Weatherford club very celebrated. Ground ball to third. And now you got a run down here. Oh, you should have just run him back. There's the throw to third base. You can just step on the bag there. And they'll put the tag on, so that'll go 5 to 4 to 6. Kind of a weird rundown scenario. And that will be the first out of the inning. So Polidorov is out on the rundown. Not sure. There's a number of things you could have done there, but it'll end up still being first and second, 1 out now. The rundown is actually a help to the Coyotes. You could have turned 2 there. I would have thought you might want to go 5-4-3 on the double play, and you might have been able to backdoor him at third base and get the triple play. That ball did take Stamps towards second, so it would have been really difficult to step on the bag and throw across. That would be another option for Landry, but hadn't played a lot of third base, so may not have. It's one thing when you throw a guy out at a new position, you're just kind of sometimes not as familiar with what the possibilities are and where you need to go with the baseball in certain situations. So they got the lead runner, which is always a good thing. 2 balls and a strike now to the 9-hitter, Trey Butler, center fielder. High pop-up. Shallow center field, and Johnson's going to come in and make the grab for out number 2. Look how Ruedas comes flying by. Everybody's okay. Boy, those tweeners, you got to communicate well. I've seen some pretty bad collisions between infielders and outfielders over the years, and boy, every time that ball goes up in the air, everyone's got to scream, talk, 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 so that you don't have any collisions, and I've seen major injuries on those kind of plays, so thankfully nobody hurt there. Back to the top you go, 2 outs for J.C. Davis. Flew out to right his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Boy, nice job by Josiah Mackey right there to keep the ball from getting to the screen. Davis, 397 on the year, 11 doubles and 2 homers, 29 driven in. Next pitch. Off the plate. Weatherford has 7 batters with 20 or more RBIs. I'm telling you, they've got some impressive stats. I look at a lot of stat sheets preparing for the broadcast all year, and these guys easily the best I've seen all year. Pitch is pretty good spot, call the ball. Well, so we might have been, sometimes we'd say throw it down the other middle. After a pitch like that one. Here's the 3-0. And that's going to be high. And it's another walk, the second walk of the inning. 4th walk of the ball game for LeMaster, and it's going to load the bases. So you got Overstreet at third, Seaver at second, and now Davis at first. The 2-hitter, Tyler Moody. He drew a walk his first time up. Ended up scoring the first run of the ball game. First pitch swung on and missed, strike 1. Tyler Moody, 279 on the year for Weatherford. 3 doubles and 9 RBI. You heard on the pregame show that Manny Salas is also one of the top hitters. They left him at home. He's got a hand injury, and they're going to try to keep him from either re-injuring or stopping his rehab. Daniel Salas, 409 on the year. 47 driven in for Salas, so he's not even here today. Next pitch off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs, bases full of Coyotes. Big spot in the game here early as Dane LeMaster, the sophomore from the Woodlands, tries to wiggle out of some trouble here in inning number 2. 2-1 Apaches lead it. Full windup. Strike 3 called. He brought that breaking ball right up under the hands of Moody, and that'll do it. Big strikeout for LeMaster. That'll be his first of the game. And the Apaches wiggle out of trouble there. No runs on 1 hit. You leave them loaded. We're going to the bottom of the second. It's Tyler 2, Weatherford 1. Back in just a minute. All right, we've heard from Miss Tracy Bruning, rooting for old Tyler Chapman, her grandson. Appreciate you checking in this afternoon, Miss Bruning. Would love to hear from as many of you that get a chance to sneak away to your phone or your computer. Email address right there in the front. 76 degrees at game time. We're headed to 80 here, and probably we'll get close to that, if not above that, before the day's over. Started at 76, and we're actually at 78 now here at the ballpark. And, boy, no clouds in the sky at all. This is a sunscreen type of day. If you've got fair skin, you better cover up or get in the shade. Got some royalty at the ballpark. Of course, Preston's up here in the press box. Preston Caldwell, our associate athletic director. And Tyler Roman down there, sports information staff, and Jordan Jones here at the ballpark. She's the athletic coordinator, keeps us all straight. And let's see who else is down there. All right, Brian O'Bright. Nice, assistant basketball coach. First pitch, way inside, ball one. This is Gabe Flores for the first time for the Apaches. All right, happy birthday to Mabry Wren, Doug Wren's daughter. And Mom Amelia. I wonder if we're going to see Lou and Ada later on today. Coach Doe's, we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Usually they're on the post game. We let the thing run a little bit and let Grandma and Grandpa see them out there running the bases. Next pitch is going to miss. 3-0. The big right-hander, Jason Davis, also struggled with the command a little bit. 2 walks and a hit batter. Actually, 1 walk and 1 hit batter in that first inning. Came on strong, though, struck out the last 2 Apaches. And that pitch is in there for a strike. 3-1. Gabe Flores, 6'1", 205, a sophomore at Longview High School. University of Houston transfer, a little bit late on the fastball there. It's 3-2. Apaches trying to win game number 29 of the year. 28-18 overall. And they now are 1 over 500 in conference play, 14-13. 3-2 pitch, popped straight overhead, and that might be right on top of us. Nope, must have got over. We'd have heard the loud bang. So we'll do it again with a 3-2 count. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of inning number 2. On a beautiful day for baseball here at Mike Carter. Single 9-inning game. Here's the next payoff, and inside corner, strike 3. So, tell you what, Jason Davis has struck out the last 3 Apaches he's faced. And with 1 out, nobody on. Here's Josiah Mackey, the catcher. Josiah Mackey, a freshman, listed at 6'3", 200. He's out of Longview, Texas, a Dodge City Community College transfer. And so he'll take ball 1 outside. 2 runs on 2 hits for the Apaches, 1 run on 2 hits for the Weatherford Coyotes. It's in there for a strike. 1-1. Well, Evan Brandt leading the way for the Coyotes. He's 11-1 on the year with a 1.83 ERA in 12 starts. Pretty impressive numbers. That ball's going to get to the screen. 2-1. So their number 1 pitcher, 68 2/3 innings. Not a big strikeout guy. 46 strikeouts, 18 walks. But what a job Evan Brandt's doing. He's got 11 wins already. 11-1. With a 1.83. This club, their team ERA is 3.16. And that's pretty darn good at the junior college level. I might have to check the national stats and see where that ranks, because that's got to be up there. He's committed to Arizona. All right, so there you go. Here's the 3-1. Up the middle, ground ball, sneaks through for a hit. Josiah Mackey, base hit up the middle. And the Apaches have a base runner here in the 2nd inning. Here's the 9-hitter, Troy Johnson.
Center fielder, number 7, Troy Johnson.
Johnson, 6'1", 190. He's out of Corpus Christi, Texas, Corpus Christi Ray High School. He's a Davidson transfer. Heading 9th today for the Apaches. And now he'll face the big right-hander, Jason Davis. First pitch. Ball gets away. Wild pitch. Mackey to second base. It was a breaking ball. Had some good bite to it. But Overstreet tried to block it and just bounced away from him. So Apaches now trying to extend a 2-1 lead. Coach Doe back at third base. Good to see that. Last week had the food poisoning. And he had Jamie Ritchie over there, and his right arm was getting tired. 10-0 win over the Navarro Bulldogs. And again, the Apaches proceeded to sweep the Bulldogs on Saturday and launch themselves right into the middle of a very crowded playoff picture. 6 of the 7 teams still well within distance of reaching the playoffs in Region 14 North. The Apaches will have to play well this week against Panola if they want to have a chance to be in those top 4 teams. 3 balls and no strikes as Davis continues to fall behind Apache hitters here. He's going to step through and just try to make sure Mackey stays at second. I don't know if he didn't want to throw the pitch or what. Mackey's not going anywhere. And he'll look at the wrist and go back to work. That was almost a balk in there for a strike. Well, the Apaches will play 3 games against Grayson in their off week next week. There's a tapper foul. And if memory serves, you got a double header on Wednesday. Let's look at this real quick here. I think they got a Wednesday doubleheader, Saturday single. Remember, right? Yeah, so we're here on the 30th, and we'll have that as a broadcast, weather permitting. There's ball 4 to Troy Johnson, so you're going to have 2 on and 1 out. That walk will be the second walk issued by Davis. He's also a hitter batter. Back to the top you go, Preston Newberry. And we noted on the pregame show with Coach Doe what a job Newberry's done in the last 2 weeks. Preston batting .375. And has really been a spark for this Apache offense. And we noted swing and a miss, strike 1. Both Preston Newberry and Sawyer Dunnigan over the last 2 weeks, the last 6 conference games, both those guys, .375 average. So they have added to what Van Alsdahl and Stamps have been doing all year. In that time frame, Van Alsdahl's batting .438. And Stamps is even .300. So, boy, the offense has been good, but the pitchers in the last 2 weeks they've dropped in the last 2 weeks, the ERA for the staff, 3.25 in 36 innings. So some of these stats are coming together. There's a ball in the dirt, a wild pitch. You throw to second, not in time. So wild pitch is going to move both runners along. And the Apaches, another opportunity here. 1 out in the second and a 1-1 count on Preston Newberry. And on top of all that, the Apaches are fielding at a .980 clip, which is their best of the year in the last 2 weeks. 1-1 pitch, that's high and away, 2-1. So I talked to Coach Doe, and as a coach, you always want to be playing your best ball at this time of year, and boy, it's happening for the Apaches. Just got to keep it going for at least 1 more week to put yourself in that good position for the playoffs. From the set now, 2-1 count. Davis, the kick and the pitch. Popped up left side, and that's going to blow toward the fence and just out of the reach of third baseman Trace Mazon. Got that northeast wind that actually is kind of blowing in from that direction, but these flags are blowing straight down right now, so very little impact on the baseball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now, if you look at the year, Newberry .333 on the season. Still a very good, productive season for the Apache right fielder. Here's the 2-2. And that's going to miss. Fastball gets away from the big right-hander Jason Davis, and it's a full count. 1 pitch away from loading him up for Zach Zavala. Newberry's got 7 doubles, a triple, a homer, and 12 driven in on the season. Davis the set. Davis the payoff pitch. And Newberry just reaches out and slaps at it just to give himself another crack at it. Count will stay 3-2. Now, we are going to have some weather here later in the week, starting on Wednesday. So hopefully the Apaches will get that game in on Wednesday at Carthage. Just a bit outside, boy. I couldn't have taken that with 2. Newberry gets the call. Second walk of the inning, third walk of the game. And here comes Jeff Lightfoot, and that will be all. We're going to have a pitching change for Weatherford. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is when we come back. Apaches lead 2-1. Bases loaded, 1 out in the second. All right, the new pitcher is Cade Irons, 6'1", 210, a left-handed freshman from Ponder, Texas. And let's see here. Cade Irons, this will be appearance number 7 of the year for Cade Irons. He's 0-0 with a 4.26 ERA, 6 in the third innings. For the left-hander, he has struck out 4 and walked 6. The new pitcher, left-hander from Ponder, Texas, Cade Irons. Bases loaded, 1 out. And here's Zach Zavala. First pitch swing and fouls it back, strike 1. Zach Zavala, base hit to center field his first time up. So he's 1 for 1. Next pitch fouled off down the right field side, 0-2. Zavala on the season, 283 for the Apaches, 7 doubles, 1 triple, 2 homers, 17 RBI. And Irons comes in firing strikes. The set, the 0-2, misses high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Newberry at first, Johnson at second, Josiah Mackey at third base. Flores took a third strike to lead the inning off, so there's 1 out, bases loaded. The 1-2. Strike 3 called. Inside corner, Zavala takes a third strike, and there's 2 away. First strikeout recorded by Cade Irons. Strikeout number 4 for Weatherford pitching. And now stepping in is Landry Stamps.
Third baseman, number 3, Landry Stamps.
Well, Mr. Umpire's taking some names. I don't know, did Zavala say something on the way back to the dugout? So Mr. Umpire going to report him to the principal here, I guess. And 2 outs, bases loaded. So Zavala gets a warning. And now it's left-handed batting third baseman Landry Stamps. He got hit by a pitch. Grounded to left side, fielded by the third baseman. He'll throw across. Nice play by Trace Mazon, and that'll do it. 5-3. And, boy, what a nice job by Cade Irons coming in, getting a strikeout and a routine grounder to Trace Mazon. And that'll end the inning. No runs on no hits. You'll leave the bases loaded. And we're headed to inning number 3. Beautiful day here in Tyler. Shoot me an email. Let me know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for, maybe what the weather's like where you're at. Hope you're staying away from this severe weather that's kind of going through our country right now. But beautiful day here in Tyler. They lead it. The Tyler Apaches lead this game 2-1. Dane LeMaster back on the mound for inning number 3. Back in a minute. First pitch to Trace Mazon is in there for strike 1. Dane LeMaster, sophomore out of the Woodlands, back on the mound for the Apaches. Little tapper right back to the mound. LeMaster will field, throw to first, and nicely picked over there by the first baseman, Gabe Flores. Boy, that's a big out right there.
Number 11, Mason Ashlock.
Got Mazon out in front. Might have been a changeup. Mazon, again, what a year. 404. He's hitting 14 doubles, 1 triple, 15 home runs for Mazon. 55 driven in. And, again, that's going to remind me to go to the national stats and see where some of those numbers fall. First pitch is going to be low for ball 1. This is Mason Ashlock. And we'll see if Mazon is among the national leaders in some of those categories. The 1-0. In there for a strike, 1-1. Well, RBI leaders, golly, you kidding me? 88 RBIs, guy from Walter State. New Mexico, 83. Andrews College, 78. So the top 5 in RBI are 72 and higher. And the same guy with those 88 RBIs has got 23 home runs. T. Mayotte from Walter State Community College. That's unbelievable. Well, he's not among the top 5 in any of those categories, so in those 2 categories, still ground ball foul, third base side. And we'll see. Next pitch is going to be low and outside. It's a 1-out walk to Ashlock. And that's a 5th walk of the game issued by Dane LeMaster. And with 1 out and 1 aboard, Caden Mitchell flew out to center field his first time up. Yeah, let's just see about this here. Next, first pitch is outside. He's going to be just outside the top 25 in the country. '34th in junior college. That's unbelievable that there's 33 guys with more than 55 driven in right now. Left-handed batting designated hitter, Caden Mitchell, steps in for Weatherford. That pitch going to miss inside, 3-0. And just off the plate, ball 4. So back-to-back walks for LeMaster. 2 on, 1 out. Fisher Polidoroff, the first baseman. Base hit up the middle his first time up. And you do have a right-hander in the bullpen for the Apaches. Not sure if we can know who that is. Jax Jordan is down there in the bullpen, so he appears to be next for the Apaches. First pitch misses, ball 1. Polidoroff 1 for 1 today. And he hit him. And that's not good for the Apaches. That's going to be, that's the first hit batter for LeMaster, and it's going to load the bases with only 1 out. Tanner Seaver.
Second baseman, number 40, Tanner Seaver.
Seaver steps in. Now here comes Eli Egger on a visit. So what this means is that LeMaster will have to pitch to Seaver in this situation. They will not make a change here. Tanner Seaver, 115 on the year for the Coyotes. He's got 1 double. He does not have a run driven in. So limited action for the second baseman. But big opportunity here to get his first RBI of the year. He's just loaded only 1 out. Mr. Umpire is going to go up and break up the rock pile. Tyler, 2 runs on 3 hits. Weatherford, 1 run on 2 hits. And the Coyotes threatening here at the top of inning number 3. Full windup for LeMaster. First pitch is going to miss inside, and boy, the strike zone has just kind of evaporated here. 1 ball, no strikes. And that's going to miss low, 2-0. Nowhere to put the second baseman, Tanner Seaver. This inning, it's been a little tapper back to the mound for Mazon, and then it's walk, hit batter. 2-0 pitch. Miss low, 3-0. And boy, I got to believe if you can't, right now you're facing a dude hitting 115. I come right at him. Here's the 3-0. And there's ball 4. And so Dane LeMaster, that is 7 walks so far in this game, and that's going to be all. Here comes Coach Doe. A run comes home as Seaver gets an RBI walk, and that'll score Ashlock with the tying run. We're tied at 2. New pitcher for the Apaches. Back in just a minute. You're watching Tyler Baseball on ApacheAthletics.com. All right, the new pitcher is Jackson Jordan.
Now batting for the Coyotes,
For the
pitcher
Apaches.
number 9, Jake Overstreet.
6'3", 200, a right-handed freshman from Plano, Texas. He's a transfer from Blinn College. Jackson Jordan, 7th appearance of the year, all 7 out of the bullpen. 0-0 with an 11.37 ERA. Comes the set and the pitch. That ball's drilled into left, base hit. 1 run comes home. Everybody else will hold at their spots. RBI single by Jake Overstreet. And the Coyotes have taken a 3-2 lead.
Coyotes, center fielder number 5, Trey Butler.
Here's Trey Butler, the 9-hitter. Flew out to center his first time up. Jackson Jordan, 6 1/3 innings on the year. And in those 6 1/3 innings, 4 strikeouts and 2 walks. Next pitch. Gonna miss high, ball 1. Butler flew out to center field, 0 for 1 in his time in this game so far. Next pitch off the plate, 2-0. The Apaches have not been able to, LeMaster never found that comfort level out there. And now it's up to Jackson Jordan to try to get back in that zone. That's going to be ball 3. Trey Butler, 306 average, 1 double, 8 driven in. So you're seeing a handful of guys in this Weatherford lineup that are getting a little bit of time that are not everyday players. Butler kind of wondering if that was ball 4. Thought it might have been. But Jackson Jordan gets the call. 3-1, 1 out, bases full. The set, the pitch. Popped out of play, back over our heads to the right. And now it's a full count. So nice job by Jordan to get right back into this count and force the issue. As a payoff pitch coming next. Three-two pitch, driven to right, but foul. Kind of hit it off the end of the bat. And a curved foul toward the Apache bullpen in the right-hand corner. Apaches in their gold tops, white pants today. And, of course, the Coyotes got the black tops, pinstripe pants. The kind of a metallic gold trim. Got the black ball caps. Apaches wearing their black caps today. Off the end of the bat, tough play right here. Stamps catches, throws, got him. Nice play by Landry Stamps to get the out. That easily could have been an infield single. So it'll be 5-3. Butler will get an RBI. And Polidorov comes home to score the 3rd run of the inning. And it's 4-2. Coyotes. Overstreet to second, Seaver to third. Back to the top you go. The 8th batter of the inning is J.C. Davis. 2 outs. Davis flew out to right and walked 0 for 1 officially. Little tapper to short. Ruedis catches and throws, and there's your inning. Nice job by Nico getting rid of that ball in a hurry. But 3 runs have come across for the Coyotes here. 8 batters come to the plate. You get 3 runs on 1 hit, and you'll end up leaving 2 guys on base. We're going to the bottom of the 3rd. We got a new score here at historic Mike Carter Field. It's Weatherford 4, Tyler 2. Bottom of the third inning, the Apaches, 4, 5, and 6 coming to the plate. Levi Reisenhover will face the left-handed freshman from Ponder, Texas. Cade Irons, first pitch swing and fouls it straight back for strike one. Well, the new poll has come out, okay? Coyotes actually dropped a spot. They're number 3 now. They split with McLennan last week, and so they will drop one spot. The Blinn Buccaneers up to 4 now. Next pitch is just off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Walter State, that's the team, that guy with the home runs and the RBIs. They're at number 2 right now, 43 and 6 on the season. 1-1 pitch off the plate, 1-2. LSU Eunice maintains their spot at the top of the hill, 46 and 2 for the Bengals. Hammered to left field, base hit. Reisenhover going to look for extra bases here. He'll hit first and easily get to second base. Stand-up double to lead off the third inning for Levi Reisenhover. Nice swing by Levi. And Reisenhover gets his fifth double of the year. And now it's Grayson Linscomb. Struck out his first time up. Grayson 0 for 1. Linscomb on the year, 233 for the Apaches. 5 doubles, a couple of homers, 12 RBI. First pitch misses high and away, ball 1. So you've had a little bit of some shifting around in that national poll that just came out a few minutes ago. Another Texas team, Midland, up in the top 10. Midland number 6 now. Next pitch had a notion but held up, 2-0. And let's see here. You got to go down. McLennan now at number 20. Sanjak stays at number 25. And that's going to be the extent of the Texas teams in the top 25. Next pitch, boy, haven't seen that one called in a while. Outside, called a strike. It's 2-1. Mr. Umpire zone is kind of tightened here since that first inning. The 2-1. Going to miss high and tight, 3-1. Well, the pitchers have not been in total command either today. Irons the set. Here's the 3-1. And check swing off the end of the bat. And it'll be a full count, 3-2. All right, so that's Eddie McGuire down there. I did not. That dude has trimmed up amazingly. He's in great shape. So glad to. Said he was feeling great, doing the Camp Gladiator and doing a lot of walking. I didn't recognize him. So we got all kinds of Apache royalty here at the ballpark as Linscomb takes the walk, and that'll be walk number 3. There's a bunt, and Irons will throw to first, and boy, almost had a collision over there as Ruedis, he'll get the sacrifice 1-4, and the 2 base runners will move up to second and third.
Batting for your Apaches, first baseman, number 28, Gabe Flores.
That walk to Linscomb was the first for Irons and the 4th of the ball game for the Coyotes. Now the Apaches a chance to tie here with a single. Gabe Flores struck out looking his first time up. Takes ball 1 just off the plate, not by much. Flores 192 on the year, 3 doubles, a homer, 9 driven in. The 1-0. And a breaking ball right over the heart of the plate, just kind of a get-me-over curve. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. We're in the bottom of the third. 4-2 Weatherford. This is shaping up to be a little bit of a football score. Supposed to play 9, and we'll probably see Johnny Holstaff from both teams. Both of them, well, the Apaches have conference on Wednesday. Coyotes do not have conference till next week, as they'll take on Vernon in a 4-game series next week. 2-1 pitch misses, 3-1. Apaches have launched themselves right into the middle of the playoff picture by sweeping Navarro last week. 1 out, 2 aboard. Cade Irons, the 3-1. Hammered left field, that's down. 1 run's going to come home. Second runner will be waved. Ball is dropped, and it'll score 2. And over to second base is Gabe Flores. And I'm going to call that a single. And we are tied. Gabe Flores, 2 RBI. He'll go to second on the throw. That's at least how I'm going to score it. And the Apaches come right back and tie this ball game. 4-4. Now it's Josiah Mackey. And Mackey with a single up the middle last time. He's 1 for 1. Mackey on the year, a .406 average. Couple of doubles, 1 homer, 7 RBI for the Apache catcher. Breaking pitch, catches the corner, strike 1. Josiah batting 8th today for Tyler Junior College. 9-hitter Troy Johnson swinging in the on-deck circle. Here's the 0-1. Boy, he went down and got it, and another little looper into center. Mackey gets his 2nd hit of the day. And here comes the runner to the plate. Kind of a delayed reaction over there by Jamie, the third base coach. And the Apaches take the lead. RBI single for Josiah Mackey, his 2nd hit of the day. He's 2 for 2. And it's 5-4 Tyler. I'm telling you, this is shaping up to be a football game. We're in the 3rd inning, and it's 5-4. So now stepping in is Troy Johnson. Mackey at first with 1 out. And that's going to be off the plate. A lot of baseball in front of us here, so you can't really get a feel too early. But for now, it's been a lot of walks, some hit batters, and a few base hits at timely moments. 9 runs on the board here, and we're not through 3 innings. Apaches 5 runs on 6 hits. And the visiting Coyotes from Weatherford, 4 runs on 3 hits. Neither team has committed an error yet. Breaking pitch, boy, just a bit inside. I don't know, pretty good spot, call the ball. Well, this is a good day to be a hitter. Mr. Umpire's zone is kind of like a big league zone. That's going to miss high. And none of these pitchers have been on point in terms of their command of their pitches. So it all adds up to a lot of offense. 3-0 in there for a strike. We're only in the 3rd inning. We've had a lot of 3-0 counts in this game. And again, we started at 1:01. It's 2:15 Central Time. So line drive to center is going to hang up there. Enough for Trey Butler to put the glove on it for out number 2. So L8 if you're scoring at the house. Here's Preston Newberry. Newberry has walked twice. So no official at bats yet for Preston. Noted earlier in the last 2 weeks has really helped spark the Apache offense. He's hitting .375 in the last 2 weeks. And step off, and boy, good pick over there by Polidorov. Keep that ball from getting away. The pickoff hit the dirt. And another pickoff, this time a little bit closer. Next pitch. Going to miss inside. First pitch of the at-bat. 7th batter of the inning, Preston Newberry. 1-0 pitch, just a bit inside, not by much. 2-0. This inning, Reisenhuber led the inning off with a double to left field. Then it was a walk to Lincecum, sac bunt by Ruedis, 2-run single by Flores, a 1-run single by Mackey, and then Johnson lined out to center. Now a pop fly, easy play for Butler for the 3rd out of the inning. F8 if you're scoring at the house. But the Apaches come right back. 3 runs in the inning on 3 hits. You leave 1 guy on base. We got a new score here at historic Mike Carter Field. It's Tyler 5 and Weatherford 4. Back in just a minute.
Enough to make $1 million and then retire?
Yeah, I don't know about that. 5-4 Apaches. And for Weatherford, 2, 3, and 4. This is Tyler Moody. He fakes a bunt and pulls it back. 2 balls and a strike. Nobody on, nobody out. We go to the 4th inning. We're playing a real baseball game today. 9. Playing a full 9 today. Jackson Jordan on the mound. Little tapper to first. And Flores will take it himself, 1 out. So 3U if you're scoring at the house. 1 up, 1 down in the 4th. Here's the 3-hitter, Trace Mazon. Base hit to left, and a little tapper back to the mound for the Coyotes' leading hitter. 404 on the year, 14 doubles, a triple, 15 homers, 55 driven in. Oh, by the way, he's stolen 11 out of 11 bases. So really a complete player. And I think did you say he's going to Arizona?
Yes.
So this guy's going to go to play for the Wildcats. That pitch is going to miss low.
Shred product.
He's what?
She went to Shred in North Carolina.
Okay. 2-0 count. Jordan the full windup. Check swing, thought he went, and yes, he did. First base umpire says he went far enough around. Counts 2-1. Line shot foul, third base side. This Weatherford club, we noted earlier, as a team, .320 batting average. They've got 9 hitters with averages over 300. They got 7 hitters with hitters of 20 or more driven in, which I think among Apache opponents is going to be the highest I've seen so far this year. 2-2 pitch coming up. Just a bit low. Didn't miss by much. Full count. 2-3-4 for the Weatherford Coyotes. Dropped 1 spot in the poll just a few minutes ago. They're number 3 now in the country. And there's ball 4. A 1-out walk to Mazon. And that'll be the first, well, will it be? Yeah, first walk issued by relief pitcher Jackson Jordan. And 8 walks in the game for Tyler pitching now. And here's the cleanup hitter, Mason Ashlock. He's drawn 2 of those walks. Fouls a straight back. And it's 0-1. Now we noted Mazon is 11 for 11 over there at first base. And that's going to miss high. We'll pull up the Region 14 schedule today. Pulled foul, left field corner. And that's a long strike for strike 2. Region 14 will roll through the conference standings here in a second. And then we'll see if who's playing on a Monday afternoon, if there's anyone else beside the Apaches. Strike 3 called, got him looking. And that'll be the first strikeout for Jackson Jordan in relief.
Designated hitter number 18, Caden Mitchell.
And just the second strikeout for Tyler pitching. 2 outs in the inning. Here's the 5 hitter, Caden Mitchell. Fly ball to center. And a walk. He's 0 for 1. There goes the runner. Popped up left field. Should be playable here for Reisenhover. Coming in and left and stays with it. Makes the grab for the final out. F7 if you're scoring at the house. No runs on no hits. You leave 1 runner on base. And Weatherford has now left 7 on base, 5 in scoring position. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th inning. Our score remains Tyler 5, Weatherford 4. Let's walk you through what's going on in Region 14 right now. Bossier Parish in first place by percentage points, 16-11, just ahead of Panola, who's 14-10. Then it's these Apaches at 14-13. And then there are 2 teams tied at 12-12, Northeast Texas and Navarro. And right behind those 2 are the Paris Dragons at 11-13. And then down at the bottom at 8-16 is Angelina. So Angelina, boy, they don't have a lot of room for error, but the other 6 teams very much in the running for the top 4 spots. And so let's see if there's anyone else playing on this Monday afternoon. It is, April 21st. So I'm going to have to scroll all the way down here. We'll see if there are any more Monday games. Let's see here. 21st. Navarro is playing Blinn, and that was canceled. All right, so of course right now our game's actually on the scoreboard because we're doing the live stats. Alvin is against Temple today, 2 o'clock start there. Baton Rouge Community College is taking on Sanjak North. That's in Houston. No, I'm sorry, that's at McNeese University, so they're playing at a neutral site. Centenary is playing Bossier today. 5:30 start there over in Shreveport. So those are the games that are going on today. You got some games going on tomorrow. Northeast and Angelina going to play a conference game tomorrow. Wharton is going to play Blinn. And then on Wednesday, the full slate of Region 14 games. Paris, Navarro, Tyler, Panola, Bossier, LSU, Eunice. And so here's your Region 14 wrap-up for the day. And back at baseball, 2, 3, and 4. Zach Zavala to lead it off for the Apaches. 1 for 2 for Zavala. First pitch swing and straightaway center field. Butler, couple of steps in, 1 out. So I'm putting L8 on my score sheet. And to barrel that one up.
Third baseman, number 3.
Here's Landry Stamps. So Zavala now on the day, 1 for 3. He has singled, struck out, and lined out to center. Landry Stamps, 0 for 1 officially. Got hit by a pitch and would score in that first inning, and last time up, grounded out to third base. And we have a new pitcher for Weatherford. That ball's pretty well hit to right field, but it's going to stay in the yard. Backing up, never a doubt, Tyler Moody making the play. And there's quickly 2 outs. So is that number 12 out there? I was going through the Region 14 stuff. Got a new pitcher. And it's Logan Simmons. 6'3", 215 out of Silsbee, Texas. First pitch is in there, strike 1. Logan Simmons, a sophomore, 6'3", 215. He's thrown as many strikes as anyone has so far today. Just haven't had a lot of strike throwers today. Next pitch, off the plate. Trying to work a 1-2-3 fourth inning, Levi Reisenhoover. Nice day for Levi. 2 for 2, RBI single to right, double to left. For the Apache left fielder. 1-2 pitch. And that ball gets away. 2-2. Simmons, a sophomore. We'll give you some numbers. We can get to him quickly here. Catcher is going to get a new glove over here. Logan Simmons, 1-0 with a 7.56 ERA. This is his 10th appearance of the season. He does have 2 starts under his belt, 16 2/3 innings. He's got 17 strikeouts and 9 walks. Sophomore out of Silsbee, Texas, Logan Simmons. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody aboard. A liner to center, a fly ball to right. 2-2 pitch, fouls that one straight toward the Coyote dugout. And we'll do it again. Apache's 5, Coyotes 4. Bottom of the 4th inning here at historic Mike Carter Field. Next pitch. Inside, just missed. Logan Simmons thought he had strike 3, took a couple of steps toward the Coyote dugout on the third base side, and Mr. Umpire says, nah, it's just a bit inside. So it's a full count to the cleanup hitter, Levi Reisner. We're trying to stay perfect on the day. He's 2 for 2. And now time called. And I'm not sure what that was about. Usually Mr. Umpire holds his finger up. And there we go. Ball 4. And I'm not sure. I thought he stepped off the rubber. I don't know. They got these new pitch clock rules. So ball 4, it's a walk.
Designated hitter, number 44, Grayson Lincecum.
It's going to be the first walk issued by Simmons. And 5 walks unofficially for Coyote pitching. First pitch to Lincecum, swinging a miss, strike 1. Lincecum struck out in the first inning swinging, and he drew a walk in the 3rd inning, so he's 0 for 1. Logan Simmons working at a good pace here. He's got good numbers. 16 2/3. He struck out 1 an inning, 17 strikeouts to 9 walks. This Weatherford pitching staff, an impressive 3.16 ERA as a staff. Look out, right up the middle, base hit. Lincecum gets his first hit of the day, and Reisenhoover hustles to third. So you got runners on the corners, 2 outs. And that'll bring up Nico Ruedis.
First up, number 33, Nico Ruedis.
Struck out swinging in the first, laid down a sac bunt in the third inning. So Nico officially 0 for 1. Opportunity here to extend the Apaches' 1-run lead. 5-7-0 for Tyler, 4-3-0 for the Coyotes from Weatherford College. First pitch, going to miss high. Weatherford, 2 hours and 40 minutes away. It's on the other side of Fort Worth, so just get on I-20 and keep going. 158 miles from Tyler. The 1-0 pitch. Boy, pretty good spot there. Call the ball. And Overstreet looks into the dugout, shaking his head as if to say, I don't know where that was. Strike zone today has been pretty small. Five walks for the Coyote pitchers. Apaches have walked 8. 13 walks, and we're still in the 4th inning. 2-0 count to Ruedis. Simmons the set, the pitch, in there for a strike. Well, you might think about pulling off the double steal here and stealing a run. See how Coach Doe wants to play this. Time called now by somebody. Mr. Umpire saying he called time. Looking at the catcher, maybe they're having some pitch comm issues with the watch. And so we'll go back at it. 2-1 count, 2 outs, 2 aboard for the Apaches. Pitch. Missed inside. 3-1. Well, if Ruedis should draw the free pass, first baseman Gabe Flores would be next. The 3-1. Foul tip. Swing right there. Just missed it. And it'll be a 3-2 count, so you'll see Linscomb off with this pitch. Simmons the set, the payoff. Little pop-up, easy play at first by Polidorov, and that'll do it. P3 if you're scoring at the house. The Apaches leave 2 on base, and they have left unofficially 7 on board, 4 in scoring position. A 0 on the board. We're almost halfway home, going to the 5th. Apaches 5 and the Coyotes 4. Back in just a minute. All right, Fisher Polidorov will lead it off. It's 6-7-8 for the Coyotes. First pitch just off the plate. Ball 1. Jackson Jordan. That was pitch number 25 in his outing. Full windup. And pretty good spot. Call the ball. 2-0. Well, we've got the big league zone today. We're going to be out here for a while. Little tapper toward the Coyote dugout. The 2-1 pitch. That ball's flied out to Troy Johnson in center. One up and one down. That'll be F8 if you're scoring at the house. Tanner Seaver coming to the plate. Couple of walks. Last time up, he walked with the bases loaded, so he got a RBI out of the deal. No official at bats yet. 5-4 Apaches as we're getting ready to turn the halfway point in this real baseball game. Single 9 here at Mike Carter today. Off the plate. Nope. Strike called. 1-1. Every once in a while, get a little acorn, you know. That was one of them. Haven't had a whole lot of those called today. The 1-1. And that's a little bit further off. Called a ball. Apaches trying to win their 5th in a row. And the Coyotes lost their last game, so they split a series with McLennan last week. Actually dropped one spot in the poll. They're now number 3. Poll just came out a few minutes ago. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 3-2. Well, Jordan he's got a kind of a herky-jerky type motion. One out, nobody aboard. That rocker step, big leg kick. 3-2 pitch, fouled straight over our heads. Do it again. Apaches will be right back at it on Wednesday afternoon. Weather permitting. We are supposed to get some weather here in East Texas. Hopefully they'll be able to get that in on Wednesday afternoon at Carthage. 3-2 pitch, high fly ball right field. And Newberry drifts over toward the line, makes the grab, 2 outs. So a couple of fly balls to the outfield. And now it's the 8-hitter, Jake Overstreet. Hit into a fielder's choice to third base and an RBI single to left his last time up. So Overstreet 1 for 2. Does have a run driven in today. First pitch just a bit low, I guess. Ball 1. 329 on the year for Overstreet. 6 doubles, couple of homers, 18 driven in. And that pitch is in there. 1-1. Well, on your line score. Next pitch, driven, center field. Johnson over, makes the grab. 3 outs. So that's an L8. So it's a 1-2-3 5th inning for Jackson Jordan. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. And we are officially halfway home here at Mike Carter Field. It's Tyler 5, Weatherford 4. Gabe Flores to lead it off for the Apaches here. Bottom of the 5th, halfway home in this one. A strikeout and a 2-run single his last time up, as the catcher is going to have to go get another. What is he getting? New pitch comm thing, I guess. Is that what that is? Or just a wristband? So Flores, 1 for 2 and 2 driven in. He's also scored a run. First pitch way inside, ball 1. Back on the mound is Logan Simmons, 6'3", 215, the right-handed sophomore from Silsbee, Texas. And that's going to catch the corner. 1-1. Weatherford 4-3-1. Tyler 5-7-0. As we turn the corner to the second half of this game. Josiah Mackey is next for the Apaches. Ground ball foul, third base side. Coach Doe not going to make that play. We noted on the pregame show, Coach Lightfoot, victory number 900 last week. Big congratulations to him. Look out, little chin music there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, both teams have got activity in their bullpen. And we're probably going to see a number of new pitchers as this one finishes up. High pop-up right side. And this is deep into right field. Tyler Moody, boy, little Texas two-step out there, never a doubt, 1 out. Flores, a high pop-up to right field.
Catcher number 4, Josiah Mackey.
Josiah Mackey, another good day at the plate, 2 for 2. 2 singles to center, and a run driven in. So, boy, you know, Josiah Mackey on the year coming in 406. A 2 for 2 day is going to move that up. First pitch is in there, strike 1. And that RBI was RBI number 8 of the year. Just his 7th start of the season for the Apaches. 0-1 pitch, kind of waves through a breaker in the dirt. 0-2. Well, it looks like it might be Jake White down there getting loose. And there's strike 3. Mackey going to hustle down, and he's thrown out. So that'll be strikeout. Let's see. First strikeout, I think, recorded by reliever Logan Simmons. And I don't know, unofficially maybe the 5th strikeout for Coyote pitching. And here's the 9-hitter, Troy Johnson, takes strike 1. Johnson, a walk and a liner to center field. 0 for 1. Next pitch just off the plate, 1-1. Troy Johnson, 197 average for the Apaches. 3 doubles, a triple, a homer, and 12 driven in. The 1-1 off the plate. Two outs, nobody aboard. 5-4 Apaches, bottom of the 5th. The 2-1 from Simmons. Little tapper foul. Way out in front of that breaking ball. Ball's fouled straight back. We'll do it again, 2-2. Apaches trying to get win number 29. Coyotes trying to get win number 39. 2-2 pitch, and another foul ball third base side as Mazon comes on and gathers it up in foul territory. think the Apaches next Monday, I think they go to McLennan. Look out, almost got him. Full count. Yeah, next Monday the Apaches will travel to Waco, Bosque River Ballpark, for their final Monday non-conference against the McLennan Highlanders. They played them on four different Mondays, 2 home, 2 away. 3-2 pitch, driven into center, base hit for Troy Johnson. Johnson going to second. Here's the throw, and he'll get there. It's a hustling double for Troy Johnson. So nicely done there by the Apache center fielder. He did not hesitate. And now it's Preston Newberry back to the top of the lineup. Newberry 0 for 1, a couple of walks, fly ball to center. And for Troy Johnson, that's double number 4 of the year. First pitch to Newberry, fouled off. Look out on deck area. Zavala swinging a bat in the on-deck circle. So close here, Mike Carter, not a lot of foul territory at all. Those on-deck areas are very close to home plate. Simmons, the 0-1. Here it comes. Waves through a breaking ball. And it's quickly 0-2 on the Apache right fielder, Preston Newberry. Next pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Time called by the catcher, and not sure what to say about that. Guess you have one kind of timeout per at bat without penalty. So we'll do it again. 1-2, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. There goes Johnson, swing and a miss on the high fastball, and that's the inning. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Logan Simmons. And that'll be strikeout number 6 for Weatherford pitching. No runs on 1 hit. You leave Troy Johnson out at second base. Apaches have left 8 on, 5 in scoring position. We're going to the 6th inning. 5-4 Tyler. All right, the Apaches are going back to their bullpen. New pitcher, 6'3", 215, a left-handed redshirt sophomore out of Forney, Texas, Jake White. And for Jake White, this will be appearance number 10 of the year. He has started 1 game, 0-1 with a 12.15 ERA. Jake White, 6 2/3 innings. White has struck out 10 and walked 11. A sophomore from Forney, Texas, Jake White. He'll take over for Jackson Jordan. Jordan ends up throwing 38 pitches in his outing today. And now it's Jake White. 9-1-2 for the Coyotes. This is Trey Butler And no, it's not. This is a new hitter. 27. We'll pull that up here and see who this is. Garrett Schroeder, sophomore out of Richardson, and he takes ball 3. So Schroeder will take over for Butler. We'll see if he goes out to center. Listed as a sophomore, and he'll take a 4-pitch walk. First walk by White, 9 walks by Tyler pitching. And back to the top you go. Shortstop J.C. Davis, 0 for 2 with a walk for Davis. Schroeder listed as an outfielder, so it's possible he'll head back to center. First pitch in there for a strike. See if we can pull up some numbers. Schroeder, 269 on the year. He does not have a stolen base yet. A couple of doubles, a homer. There's the push bunt. Nicely done. No one home. Not going to get him. Perfect push bunt by J.C. Davis. And 2 on, nobody out for Weatherford. They're down by a run. Well, if you watch the Coyotes in batting practice, one of the things they do in every round of hitting is that right there. They have their guys finish up every round with a push bunt. And, boy, it's just second nature. Davis, that was perfectly placed. So 2 on, nobody out. Tyler Moody for the 4th time. Yep, and now we're going to start seeing some replacements. This is Jax Marshall, the new hitter. So we're seeing Coach Lightfoot starting to put some new faces in this ball game. Jax Marshall, 303 on the year, 7 doubles, a couple of homers, 20 driven in. Here's the 0-1 off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. So we'll just keep the pen in the hand as Coach Lightfoot starting to put some different guys in the game. He's going to show bunt. Look out. And it hit him. And he dropped the bat and immediately took off. Marshall hit by a pitch, and the bases are full of Coyotes with no one out.
Coyotes, number 13, Trace Mazon.
Trace Mazon now, their most productive hitter with the bases loaded. And I don't know, you might be better off walking him right here. 55 driven in for the third baseman. A 4.04 average. He's got 15 home runs. Talk about a dangerous at bat here. 15 homers. 14 doubles. He's got 30 extra base hits this year. The 1-0. And he got jammed. Pop up, first base side. Got him. Boy, that is not the type of a bat you'd see from Trace Mazon. And what a job by Jake White. Got in on the hands. And that's a P03. Big out right there. Here's Mason Ashlock for the 4th time. Couple of walks and a strikeout looking for Ashlock. Mazon has had 2 rough at-bats. One of them was a little squibber, his second at-bat, off the end of the bat. And he does have a single today, so Mazon now 1 for 3 on the day, but he got jammed on that inside fastball, and that's a big out. Jake White, the 1-0 off the plate, 2-0. Now you gotta follow that up with another good at bat by Jake White. He falls behind the cleanup hitter Ashlock, 2-0. 2 walks and a called third strike for Ashlock. He's looking for his first base hit of the year or of the day. Ashlock, a 183 average on the year. And that's going to miss. 3-0. Well, you got nowhere to put Ashlock. And Cade Mitchell scheduled to hit next. Mitchell, 380 on the year. 5 homers, 23 driven in. Ball 4, you walked in a run. And that'll be walk number 2 of the inning for White. That's 10 walks for Tyler pitching here. And we are tied 5-5. And stepping to the plate is the DH, Caden Mitchell. Fly ball to center, a walk, and a fly ball to left. He's 0 for 2. And again, we just noted Mitchell, 380 on the year. So another dangerous at bat right here for Jake White. First pitch in there, strike 1. Left on left matchup. Mitchell batting in the 5 position for the Coyotes. They got a big opportunity here in the 6th inning. Bases loaded, only 1 out. White, the set. White, the pitch. Pulled that one across. 1-1. Well, you'd take a double play ball right here, wouldn't you? Pretty sure Mitchell, we noted earlier, he's a catcher, so probably not going to be the most fleet of foot. Listed as a catcher out of Salina. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch missed inside, 2-1. Well, the Apaches got a righty thrown in that pen right now, so not sure how long. Well, that was close. Foot was not on the rubber. He dropped the ball. Two 1 count with 1 away. Here's the pitch. Slap foul, third base side. And it's 2-2. Well, you got to play big infield here. See if you can squeeze a double play out of this at bat and get out of trouble, minimize the damage. Weatherford has scored 1 run in this inning to tie it. It's been walk, infield single, hit batter, pop up to first, and another walk. The 2-2. Tapper to first. That's going to be, oh my goodness, really close. Flores, I'm not sure if he's happy or sad that was called foul. He's looking in. Oof, really close. Would have been a run for sure, because over at first base, or third base, excuse me, J.C. Davis, a great jump over there. You were not going to get him at home plate. But everybody goes back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. White, the pitch. Grounder, foul. This one pulled even further foul. And we'll do it again. Weatherford 5-4-1. Tyler 5-8-0. We are tied at 5, top of the 6th inning, but Weatherford threatening. Bases loaded, only 1 out. Caden Mitchell, pitch. Swing and a miss, got him. Boy, nicely done there by Jake White. Good at bat, couple of foul balls. First strikeout of the afternoon for Jake White, and that'll bring up Fisher Polidorov.
Number 25, Fisher Polidorov.
So unofficially just 3 strikeouts for Tyler pitching. And here comes Coach Doe, and I think that's going to be all for Jake White. We're going to the bullpen. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is when we return. New pitcher for the Apaches, Simon Hughes, going to take over. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Boy, first pitch way short, ball 1. Simon Hughes, 6 foot 190, a right-handed redshirt freshman out of Livingston, Texas. For Simon Hughes, appearance number 9 of the year, 1-0 with a 4.50 ERA. 10 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, and 7 walks. A redshirt freshman from Livingston, Texas, Simon Hughes, 2-0. Now to Fisher Polidoroff. Bases full, 2 outs. Ground ball to third, and boy, nicely done. There you go. Got out of it with nothing. Well, you loaded them up, and you wiggled out of trouble. 5U if you're scoring at the house. No runs on 1 hit. You leave them loaded here in the top of the 6th inning. We go to the bottom half. We're all squared. Actually, you scored 1 run. 1 run on 1 hit, and you still leave them loaded. New score at Mike Carter Field. It's Weatherford 5 and Tyler 5. Back in just a minute.
Number 8, Zach Zavala.
Zach Zavala to lead it off for the Tyler Apaches, 2-3-4 as we continue on. Bottom of the 6th inning. Logan Simmons, the sophomore out of Silsbee, still on the mound for the Coyotes. We are all square at 5 apiece. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Zavala stamps Reisenhoover to hit for the Apaches. First pitch is low, ball 1. Zavala a single to center, a strikeout looking, and a liner to center. So he is 1 for 3 on the day. He scored a run. One 0 pitch. Pretty well hit to left field, but not far enough. Ashlock a couple of steps back, and he catches it for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down in the Apache 6th. Here's the 3-hitter, Landry Stamps. Got hit by a pitch in the first inning, would eventually come around to score on an error by Overstreet. Grounded out to third, flew out to right field. So 0 for 2 on the day for Landry. And takes a rip at, looked like an off-speed pitch, fouls it toward the first base side for strike 1. Well, hopefully the Apaches can dodge some weather. They play at Carthage on Wednesday. We're supposed to have some rain come through the area here early in the day. So little tapper to first. Polidoroff will flip it over to Simmons, and there's 2 outs. 3-1 if you're scoring at the house. 2 up, 2 down. Here's the cleanup hitter, Levi Reisenhoover. Levi 2 for 2 today. RBI single to right in the first, and a double and a run scored in the third. Last time up in the 4th, he would walk. Levi having a nice day, 2 for 2. Facing the sophomore from Silsbee, Logan Simmons. First pitch misses, ball 1. Next pitch, and pulls it foul. We got to work on Coach Doe's footwork over there. He doesn't move the feet very well. He's kind of a reacher. I have to get on about that. Yeah, I probably got that way toward the end of my trying to save the fingers. High pop-up should be the end of the inning here. And Ashlock in left, camping under it, makes the grab, and there's your 3rd out. It's a 1-2-3 6th inning for Logan Simmons. F7 if you're scoring at the house. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. The Apaches have left 8 on, 5 in scoring position. We are headed to the 7th. Almost time to stretch it out at the ballpark. Tyler 5, Weatherford 5. Back in just a minute. All right, the Apaches have gone to their bullpen for the 4th time. New pitcher will be Jonathan Grieve, 6'2", 210, a right-handed redshirt freshman out of Fort Worth, Texas. He is also a transfer from Weatherford College. And for Jonathan Grieve, this will be appearance number 9 of the year. 1-0 with a 6.43 ERA, 7 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts, 11 walks. For the redshirt freshman from Fort Worth, Texas, Weatherford College transfer Jonathan Grieve. He takes over top of the 7th. It's almost time to stretch it out here at the ballpark. We're tied at 5. 7, 8, and 9, Tanner Seaver, the second baseman, left-handed batter. 0 for 1 on the day. Couple of walks and a fly ball to right field. Takes ball 1. Well, beautiful day here at Mike Carter Field. We're up to 80 degrees now. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Started at 76 degrees, and you got not a cloud in the sky. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that ball's fouled off to the left side, and that ball will never be seen again. Into the Rose Garden maintenance area. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jonathan Grieve this set. And the pitch. Boy, he had a notion held up. Ball low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Big leg kick. The 2-2, boy, came way in on the hands. And Seaver fouls it toward the first base dugout. Yeah, we'll see if that's on your line score. Coyotes 5 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. Tyler 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Top of 7. Here's the 2-2. Hard hit ball, right side, gets through, base hit. So a leadoff single for Seaver. And the Coyotes trying to take a lead here. Here's the catcher, Jake Overstreet.
Catcher number 9, Jake Overstreet.
Didn't do a fielder's choice in the second inning. Hit ground ball to third. Base hit to left field and an RBI in the third inning. Last time up, he lined out to center. So that adds up to a 1-for-3 afternoon for the Coyote catcher. Starts with that open stance. Here's the first pitch. Just off the plate, ball 1. I've been watching him. He starts open, but he doesn't really close. Like when he takes his stride, that left foot still kind of stays open. Here's the 1-0. Closed off on that one. 7-8-9 for Weatherford this inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. Seaver. Let's just pull up the numbers here and see if he's a threat off the plate. 2-1. Tanner Seaver over at first is 1-for-1 on the year in stolen bases. So limited action. He has started just 5 ball games. Here's the 2-1 pitch. There he goes, swing, throw to second. Boy, what a nice job by Mackey. A little bit of a hit and run and hit situation, and Mackey had to deal with that hitter. And I don't know, the ball beat him by a lot. I don't know if Coach Lightfoot thinks that he missed the tag. I don't know what. Did he tell the guy to stay at second in case he changed his mind? Okay, thank you. Just as a reminder, you're out. So a bang-bang play. The throw beat Seaver by a good bit. And I think Coach Lightfoot may have thought that the foot got in under the tag, but with a 2-man umpiring crew and no video review, we're going to stay with the call. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And you're going to play 3 here, so that's 2 outs. Mackey threw the ball back to the mound as if that was the 3rd out of the inning.
For the Coyotes, number 27, Garrett Schroeder.
First strikeout for Grieve, unofficially 4 strikeouts for Tyler pitching. 2 outs in the inning. Here's the 9-hitter, Garrett Schroeder. Second at bat for Schroeder. He walked his first time up back in the 6th inning. Boy, kind of waved through that one. And it's 0-1. I don't know if you call that a sweeper. Not in love with the sweeper label. There's another one. Does not go fishing there. Not in love with the label. It's either a slider, a curveball. This, I don't know. We're renaming pitches these days. The 1-1. All right. Well, we haven't called many of those pitches, but we got that one. 1-2. Mr. Umpire's been he's been consistently tight today for both teams. 1-2 count with 2 away, nobody aboard. Jonathan Grieve, the pitch. Just a bit low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 5-5 our score. We're a strike away from stretching it out at the ballpark. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called. And, boy, we haven't had many backwards Ks on that pitch right there. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jonathan Grieve. 5 strikeouts in the ball game. And Grieve faces the minimum in the 7th. No runs, no hits, 1 hit, and nobody left on base. And we're going to the bottom of the 7th. Time to stretch it out at the ballpark. All square, 5-5.
Batting for your Apaches, designated hitter number 44, Christus.
Grayson Lincecum will lead it off for the Apaches here. Bottom of the 7th inning, 5-5 our score. 5-6-7 for the Apaches. Lincecum, Ruedis, and Flores scheduled to hit. Logan Simmons back on the mound. First pitch swung on, fouled straight back, strike 1. Lincecum on the day, 1 for 2. Strikeout swinging, a walk, and a base hit to center field. .233 on the year for Grayson as he takes ball 1. 5 doubles, couple of home runs, 12 driven in for the Apache DH. Batting right in the middle of the lineup, 5 spot today. 1-1 pitch, breaking pitch, just a bit low, not by much. Well, the pitchers have kind of settled in here. We've had 3 consecutive innings of zeros. Ground ball in the hole, it's short, long throw, and not in time. Boy, nice play by Davis at shortstop, but Lincecum able to leg out an infield single.
Batting for your Apaches, shortstop number 33, Nico Ruedis.
Nico Ruedis struck out swinging in the 1st, laid down a sac bunt in the 3rd, popped up to first base in the 4th. So Nico 0 for 2. I don't know if you're thinking he might lay down another bunt here. We'll see how Coach Doe wants to play this. Swinging away, fouled straight back, strike 1. Coach Doe likes to go through the regular hand signals in the third base box. A lot of coaches going to the communication. That ball's hammered high left field toward the wall. Gone! Nico Ruedis, a 2-run home run.
2-run home run.
And the Apaches retake the lead. Home run number 3 of the year for Nico Ruedis. Boy, he went down and looked like a breaking ball. Put a good swing on it, barreled it up, and the Apaches now 7-5.
Batting for your Apaches, first baseman, number 28, Dave Flores.
RBIs 8 and 9 for Nico. Home run number 3. 7-5 Apaches. Now it's Gabe Flores. That ball's hit pretty hard. Backhanded by Davis at short, and he'll throw Flores out for the first out of the inning. So Nico Ruedas catches one. And the Apaches retake the lead. It's been a lot of pitching and defense for the last 4 innings. And this inning, Linscomb legged out an infield single. And Nico Ruedas got a breaking ball and barreled it up, got it over the left field fence. First pitch to Josiah Mackey, strike 1. Mackey 2 for 3 today. A couple of base hits to center and a strikeout. He has driven in a run. And he continues to. And there's a ground ball to third base. This is Maison throwing Mackey out for out number 2. So 2 outs in the inning. Here's the 9-hitter Troy Johnson. Well, what a nice win this would be if you can hold on to it. And is that Lou and Ada? They are here. First pitch swinging, popped up. This is going to be an easy play for J.C. Davis in shallow center field. There's your inning. That'll go F6 if you're scoring at the house. But the Apaches, 2 runs on 2 hits. A Linscomb infield single and a home run by Nico Ruedas, his 3rd of the year. We've got a new scorer at Mike Carter Field. It's Tyler 7, Weatherford 5. And welcome back to historic Mike Carter Field. Dr. John Groth with you on the call. Apache 7, Weatherford 5. As we move to the top of the 8th inning, top of the lineup for the Coyotes, J.C. Davis scheduled to hit first. Apaches trying to win their 5th game in a row. 8-2 in their last 10, 4-1 in their last 5. Coyotes 3-2 in their last 5, 8-2 in their last 10 ball games. Coming off a series split with the McLennan Highlanders last week. Last game on Saturday, they actually dropped to the Highlanders. First pitch in there for a strike. Jonathan Grieve, the 5th pitcher for the Apaches, is on for another inning of work. The 0-1. Look out! Boy, that was a little chin music right there. Almost got him. As Davis had to twist out of the way there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Big leg kick. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Right field. Should be playable here. Easy play for Newberry. 2 hands to you in the big leagues, young man. That's going to be a fly ball to right. And there's 1 up and 1 down. This is Jax Marshall. Jax Marshall. Marshall got hit by a pitch. Yeah, he was a replacement, and He'll step in for the second time. And that ball's going to miss high for ball one. You've had two replacement players in this game, in the 2 spot and in the 9 spot. Swing and a miss. Boy, healthy swing right there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. Boy, good off speed right there by Grieve. 1 and 2. One out, nobody aboard. Top of the 8th. Apache's 7-5 lead. Right off the end of the bat. We'll do it again with a 1-2 count. Now we're going to take a peek at the Coyotes schedule here in a minute. They're off this week, so they got some non-conference. Check swing could not hold up. Strike 3. 2 outs in the inning. That'll be the 3rd strikeout by Grieve. Unofficially 6 strikeouts for Apache pitching. Trace Mazon. Mazon on the day. 1 for 3. A single to left his first time up. Since then, a little tapper to the mound, a walk, and a pop-up. He got jammed his last time up to first base in a key spot in the 6th. First pitch to Mazon. Just a bit inside, not by much. Called a ball. It's 1-0. Next pitch. Going to miss high. 2-0. Well, the Coyotes will play a Wednesday game at home, actually. 9-inning affair, single 9 against Odessa. Actually, it says it's at Abilene. So, next pitch, it's 3-0 now to Mazon. And then on Friday, they got a doubleheader against TCS Postgrad. And then they'll finish up their conference games at Vernon Wednesday the 30th and at home against Vernon on the 3rd of May. 3-0 pitch in there for a strike. It's 3-1. Seven, 10-0 for Tyler, 5-5-1 for the Coyotes. Grieve this set. And the 3-1 pitch. Outside, ball 4. So that'll be walk number 1 for Grieve. Unofficially, 11 walks for Tyler pitching today. And now it's Mason Ashlock. Ashlock has walked 3 times and taken a 3rd strike. So officially 0 for 1 on the day. Fastball in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Ashlock, the cleanup hitter for the Coyotes. Coyotes 38-9 on the year, ranked number 3 in the country. Dropped a spot in today's poll. It's in there for a strike. It's 0-2. They were number 2 in last week's poll, and today Walter State snuck in front of them. They're still ranked number 3 in the country. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a foul tip, and Mackey holds on. And that'll be it. 4 strikeouts for Jonathan Grieve. 7 strikeouts, for Tyler pitching. No runs on no hits. You leave 1 guy on. And the Coyotes have now left 11 base runners on base, 8 of them in scoring position. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. The Apaches 3 outs from victory number 29 for the Apaches scheduled hit here in the 8th. Newberry, Zavala, Stamps 1, 2, and 3. Back in just a minute. You're watching Tyler Baseball on ApacheAthletics.com. All right, the Coyotes have gone to the bullpen for the 3rd time this afternoon. New pitcher, 6'3", 220, a right-handed freshman out of Little Elm, Texas, Caden Richardson. For Caden Richardson, this will be appearance number 11 of the year. All out of the bullpen, 0-1 with a 3.18 ERA, 11 in a 3rd innings pitched, 11 strikeouts, 8 walks. A freshman out of Little Elm, Texas, Caden Richardson. Take over for Logan Simmons. Simmons would end up throwing 54 pitches in his outing today. And for the Apaches, top of the lineup, Preston Newberry steps in. Couple of walks, fly ball to center, and a strikeout. 0 for 2 on the day for Preston Newberry. First pitch swing in left field. If it stays fair, it's trouble. Down the line, running into the corner, making the catch is, well, who is that? That's Ashlock, Mason Ashlock. Long run and made a nice catch. Put a star by that one for out number 1. All right. That had extra bases all over it, but Ashlock ran it down. That would have been fair. And there's 1 up and 1 down, 1 pitch and 1 out. Here's Zach Zavala. 1 for 4 on the day for Zavala. Base hit to center his first time up. First pitch in there, strike 1. Struck out looking, lined out to center. Last time up, flew out to left field. Apache's a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 8th. And that pitch is going to miss. Seven runs on 10 hits, no errors for Tyler. 5 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Weatherford Coyote. Time called by Mr. Umpire. And I don't know, he's looking at the catcher. We've had that happen a couple of times today. Here's the 1-1. Well, Mr. Umpire, he was about ready to punch him out there. I think he realized midstream it wasn't strike 3. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good breaking ball from Caden Richardson. Here's the 1-2. And good fastball misses low. Zach Zavala playing second base today. Batting second in the lineup. Richardson the set. Breaking ball and up the middle. Backhanded by Seaver. Throws on his knees. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to score that, but give him a hit. Coach wants, the old coach in me wants that to be an error, but we'll see how they score it down in the dugout. Seaver did a good job of just getting the glove on it. He tried to make a good throw and he'd been out. He threw it from his knees, so probably an infield single there. Let's see how they're going to score this play-by-play. And we'll go down to the expand it. First pitch, swing and a miss. This is a pinch hitter this is Brandon pitch hitting for the Apaches. And throw to the first base, really close. Yeah, they're gonna give Zavala a single. So he's at first base, and Clayton Brandon is at the plate. This will be his 16th at bat of the year. He's hitting 133, and he does have a couple RBI. Another pickoff. So Brandon is hitting for Landry Stamps in the 3 spot. So we'll see what they do at third base. Going out for the 9th inning. Here's the 1-1. Runner moving, swing, and the ball gets through. And it'll be a stolen base for Zavala. And now you got a runner at second with a 1-2 count. And Brandon now will have to go to work. Well, try to at least get the ball on the ground here. Move the runner. Deep breath by Richardson. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Zavala at second. The 2-2. Way off the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, we'll see. Coach Doe has just put his first pinch hitter in, and looks like he got another pinch hitter in the on-deck circle. Sammy Kelly. Line shot foul. So if the inning continues here, Reisenhoover would come out of the game and Sammy Kelly swinging a bat in the on-deck area. (7-5) Apaches. Here's the next payoff pitch from Richardson, and he hit him. Dead ball. The runner's going to have to go back to second, I think. So Sammy Kelly will step up as a pinch hitter here. So Kelly now, the pinch hitter after that's a hit batter. First and second, 1 out, and a pinch hitter, Sammy Kelly. 182 on the year for Kelly. Does have a run driven in. First pitch way inside, ball 1. Well, and you got another hitter in the on-deck area. Cam Crater is going to hit for Linscomb. So Coach Doe put some reserves in here. And now you're going to have a runner go to third base, and safe. Bang, bang play at third. And you thought Mazon thought he was out. And Mr. Field umpire said no. And Coach Doe having a chat over there with Zavala. Not sure if that was a planned steal, but you got first and third, still only 1 out. And Sammy Kelly with a 2-0 count. Caden Richardson, the set, and the 2-0. Ground ball to first. This is going to score a run. You step on the bag, no other play. RBI ground out for Sammy Kelly. And there, that stolen base comes in big here as Clayton Brandon goes to second base, 2 outs, and now we got another new hitter, Cam Crater, for the first time. Cam Crater officially looking for his first hit of the year. And here comes Coach Lightfoot, and you might have, and you're going to have a new pitcher. So we'll let you know who the new Coyote pitcher is when we return. The Apaches have added their lead here in the 8th. It's 8-5. Back in just a minute. All right, the new pitcher for the Weatherford Coyotes, 5'11", 195. A right-handed freshman out of Haslett, Texas, Jordan Christner. Jonathan Christner. For Christner, this will be appearance number 4 of the year. He's 0-2 with a 3.00 ERA. He's thrown 3 innings on the year, 5 strikeouts, and 2 walks. A right-handed freshman from Haslett, Texas, Jonathan Christner. Two outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Apaches have just added on to what was a 2-run lead. They now lead 8-5. Inning has gone fly ball to left field. A great play by Ashlock in left. Rob Preston Newberry of extra bases. Infield single by Zavala up the middle. Stole second, stole third. A hit batter and a routine grounder by Sammy Kelly, the pinch hitter. And that would add and make it an 8-5 lead for the Apaches. And now it's Cam Crater. Little looper into left. That's trouble. That's going to fall in. It's going to be another run for the Apaches. Crater loses his footing coming around second. He'll have to go back. RBI single for Cam Crater. And the Apaches now lead by 4. 9-5. Big runs here in the 8th inning for Tyler. Here's the shortstop, Nico Ruedas. 2-run home run his last time up. And that's probably the big hit in this ball game. At that point, it was 5-5. First pitch inside, ball 1. Nine runs, 12 hits, no errors. Little tapper at home plate, foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. RBIs 8 and 9 of the year for Nico on his 3rd home run of the season in the 7th. 1-1 pitch, another healthy swing, throw to first base, back behind Crater, and he's back in time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. The Apaches have scored 4 here in the last 2 innings to take a 9-5 lead. Here's the 1-2. Misses high. And boy, if the Apaches can hold on here, some really nice wins coming down the home stretch. Would make it 5 in a row, sweeping Navarro and beating number 3 in the nation, Weatherford, at home. Runner moving, throw to second base, going to not be in time. Crater, a stolen base. Now he's in scoring position. For Cam Crater, that's his first steal of the year. A healthy swing right there, fouled it straight back. We'll do it again with a full count. Both teams have used 5 different pitchers today. And the Apaches are 3 outs from a 5-game winning streak. Boy, in on the hands, popped up to first base. Easy play over there for Fisher Polidoroff. And that'll do it. That's going to be a P3 if you're scoring at the house. And that'll be it for the Apaches here in the 8th. But the Apaches get 2 more big runs on 2 hits. You leave 1 man on. We're going to the 9th inning. The Apaches 9 and the Coyotes 5. All right, the Apaches have gone to their bullpen for the 5th time today. Tyler Chapman, 6'1", 205, a right-handed freshman from Albany, Texas. And for Tyler Chapman, this will be appearance number 8 of the season, 0-0 with a 1.23 ERA. He does have 2 saves, and this would not be a save situation here. 7 1/3 innings for Chapman. He has struck out 13 and walked 4. A freshman from Albany, Texas, Tyler Chapman, 3 outs away from win number 29 of the year for the Apaches. And for the Weatherford Coyotes, 5, 6, and 7. Caden Mitchell to lead it off here. Mitchell 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Takes ball 1. Well, you're just looking for strikes right here, as the Apaches have added on a couple of insurance runs. With a 4-run lead, you need 3 outs. And that's going to miss outside, ball 2. Nine runs, 12 hits for the Apaches. 5 runs, 5 hits for the Weatherford Coyotes. Weatherford has committed 1 error. Next pitch is going to miss inside. 3-0. Well, you don't need freebies here. This is a good hitting club. You don't want them to turn this lineup over. Caden Mitchell probably taking one here. And not close, ball 4. So leadoff walk to Mitchell. Now it's Fisher Polidoroff. 25, and yeah, it is. Is 1 for 3. He has scored a run. He got hit by a pitch. Back in the 3rd inning, he would eventually come around to score. So runner at first, nobody out. And you just don't want to open the door here for a good hitting club. That pitch is in there. And that might have been, looked like a little bit high, but Mr. Umpire going to give Chapman the pitch. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2. There you go. And, boy, you just try to let these guys swing the bats. Can't hit a 4-run homer with one guy on, so. Here's the 0-2. Foul tip. Good slider there. And Polidorov stays alive. Well, second baseman Tanner Seaver on deck for the Coyotes. Here's the 0-2. And misses inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, you'd love to see that double play ball right here. Here's the next pitch. And off the end of the bat, Mr. Umpire is going to bring him back to home plate. Still a 1-2 count on the 6-hitter. Is Tyler Chapman. Still trying to find a bit of a rhythm here. Swing and a miss, got him. Boy, good spot right there to get a strikeout. First strikeout for Tyler Chapman, unofficially.
Coyotes, second baseman, number 40,
8 strikeouts for Tyler pitching. Yep, that's what the stats say. And here comes Coach Doe. And is this going to be all for Chapman? Well, he's shaking his head right here, Coach Doe. I don't know did he hurt himself on that last pitch? Umpire's out there as if this is an injury visit. And boy, you got no reason to leave a guy in if there's something wrong here. I don't know, Tyler's kind of chuckling here. I think he's okay. They're going to let him throw a couple. Did you guys see anything? Well, that almost looked like it was an injury visit, and Mr. Umpire did not he didn't give us the old 1 there, so I think I don't know, there must have been something that indicated that Chapman might have hurt himself, but he's fine. He's going to go back to work with 1 out and 1 on. First pitch, going to miss low to Tanner Seaver. Seaver, 1 for 2, couple of walks. He's got 1 RBI today. Last time up, base hit to right. Here's the 1-0. And Chapman still trying to find a comfort level here. Throwing some good off speed, but he's also missed big a lot this inning. Here's the 2-0. In there for a strike. He's got a little bit of a sidewinder delivery. And that's an adjustment the hitters have to make, trying to find the ball out of his hand. 2 balls and a strike with 1 away. Here's the pitch. Little pop-up center field. Troy Johnson will not get there. It falls in. And the Coyotes, 2 on and 1 out. Well, he kind of got jammed on that. And that'll bring up the catcher. Well, and you're going to have a pinch hitter here for Weatherford. And let's see here. It's going to be Clark Springs. And Clark Springs on the year, 315. Couple of doubles, a triple, 15 driven in. Takes strike 1. So Springs will hit for Overstreet in the 8th spot. And you got big spot in this game. Still a 4-run lead, but boy, that ball would have hit him if he hadn't have swung at it. It was way inside. No balls, 2 strikes. And now With one out, you'll take that ground ball double play here. Tyler Chapman, the freshman from Albany, on to pitch the ninth. Here's the 0-2. Pop up, and that should be caught. Who's going to talk? It's going to be Zavala at second. He'll squeeze it for out number 2. P4 if you're scoring at the house. And let's see, we got another hitter. It was Schroeder, and now 21 is Caden Bird. So Bird, the last hope here for Weatherford. And Caden Bird, 262 on the year for the Coyotes. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. 2 on, 2 outs. Top of the ninth, The Apaches a 4-run lead, 9-5. Tyler Chapman trying to close it out. The pitch. And that ball well outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, Chapman effectively wild. His misses have been kind of big. Here's the 1-1. But he comes right back and throws one of those. And it's 1-2. And the Coyotes down to their last strike. 2 outs, a 1-2 count on pinch hitter Caden Bird. Chapman the set and the pitch. Pop up, this should do it. And who's going to call it? It's going to be, who is it? Left fielder coming in, Reisenhuber. Actually, not Reisenhuber. Who is that out there? It's Sammy Kelly going to come in and make the last out of the ball game. And the Apaches win their 5th game in a row by a score of 9-5. Your final line score. Weatherford, leave that scoreboard on. Killing me. 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Weatherford. For the Apaches, 9 runs on 12 hits. The Apaches do not commit an error. And let's go ahead and wrap this one up, let you know what's next for the 2 clubs. The Apaches win their 5th game in a row. The win is going to take the Apaches' overall record now to 29-18. Of course, this is not a conference game, so they'll stay in 3rd place, 14-13 in conference play. Weatherford will get their 10th loss of the year. They are now 38-10 on the year. And, of course, they will stay 21-7 in first place in their conference. And the winning pitcher for the Apaches, goodness, let's see about this one. Who's pitching? Who is the pitcher of record in the 8th inning? I think it's going to be Jonathan Grieve. So Grieve will, I think, get the win. And let's pull up the numbers here. And for Jonathan Grieve, that'll be win number 2 of the year. He's 2-0. So unofficially, Grieve gets his 2nd win. Your losing pitcher is going to be, let's see here, 7th inning, Logan Simmons. And for Simmons, let's see about his information here. Logan Simmons will drop to 1-1. And so there's your pitching decisions right there. There is no save in order. The Apaches, a 4-run lead in the 9th. Otherwise, Chapman would have gotten a save, but that last insurance run, driven in by Cam Crater, stole a save from Tyler Chapman. He bent but didn't break in that last inning. He had 2 on with only 1 out for Weatherford, but Chapman able to get a pop-up to second and a fly ball to left to end the ball game. The scoring started in the 1st inning, and this looked like it was going to be like a 18-16 game. As you started those first couple innings, Weatherford would score a single run in the 1st inning on a wild pitch. It was 1-0. The Apaches would turn around and score 2 in their half of the 1st. RBI single by Reisenhuber was the hit in that inning. So after 1, it was 2-1. No one scores in the 2nd. Both teams would play 3 runs in their half of the 3rd inning. Weatherford would bring 8 batters to the plate, and you had 3 walks and a hit batter, and RBI single by Overstreet, a hit, and a routine grounder by Trey Butler was also an RBI at bat that inning. 3 runs for the Coyotes in the third. The Apaches would turn around and bring 7 batters to the plate. And the big hit in that inning was a 2 RBI single by Gabe Flores. Josiah Mackey also had an RBI single. And at that point, the score was 5-4 Apaches. And it would stay 5-4 for the next 3 innings. And, in fact, the next 3.5 innings, as the Apaches would score 2 more runs. What did I miss here? There was a single run in the 6th inning. I missed that one. So there would be 2 scoreless innings. Weatherford would score a single run in the 6th inning on a bases-loaded walk in that inning. So at that point, it was a 5-5 game. So we were tied going to the 7th, 5-5. And the Apaches in the bottom of the 7th would get a big 2-run home run off the bat of Nico Ruedis, his 3rd of the year. RBIs 8 and 9 for the Apache shortstop. And it was 7-5. Another scoreless inning by Apache pitching in the 8th. And the Tyler Club would plate 2 more runs in the 8th inning. That inning sequence, fly ball by Newberry to left field. Infield single by Zavala. He would steal 2nd and 3rd. Clayton Brandon would get hit by a pitch. A routine grounder by pinch hitter Sammy Kelly would score 1 run. And then another run driven in by pinch hitter Cam Crater. And so 2 more runs on the board, a 4-run lead going to the 9th. And then it was Tyler Chapman coming in. And Chapman would walk 1 batter, strike out a batter, a single. And it looked like Weatherford was poised to make a little bit of a run in the 9th. But then he would get a pop-up to pinch hitter Clark Springs and a fly ball to pinch hitter Caden Bird to left that would end the ball game. Again, final line score, Tyler 9 runs, 12 hits, no errors. Weatherford 5 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. Let's take a look at the box score and give you some stars of the game for both clubs. And let's see here, for Weatherford, you had just 1 multi-hit player. And again, the Apache pitchers, what a nice job limiting probably as good a hitting club as they faced all year to only 6 hits. And only 1 Coyote would get more than 1 hit, and that was Tanner Seaver, the second baseman. Seaver in that 7 spot would get base hits in his last 2 at-bats. So he would, on the day, go 2 for 3, and he would drive 1 run in. And so Ashlock 0 for 2 with a run scored. He drove in a run. Seaver drove in a run. Overstreet got an RBI single. He was 1 for 4. He drove in a run. Schroeder 0 for 3, but he also had an RBI. So not a lot of offense to speak about, and that's a lot. You got to tip your cap to the 6 Apache pitchers. Starter Dane Lemaster, Jackson Jordan, Jake White, Simon Hughes, Jonathan Grieve, who got the win, and then Tyler Chapman. What a nice job on the mound, again, for the Apaches, setting the pace for their 5th win in a row. On the pitching side for Weatherford, your starter was Jason Davis, and Davis would go an inning and a third, give up 3 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned. He would walk 3 and strike out 3. He faced 10 Apache hitters. Then it was Cade Irons for an inning and 2/3. 3 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, walked 1 and struck out 1. He faced 9 Apache batters. Then it was Logan Simmons who took a loss, dropping his record to 1-1. 4 innings pitched for Simmons, 4 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned. He would walk 1 and strike out 2. He faced 17 Apache hitters today. Then it was Caden Richardson for 2/3 of an inning. He would give up 1 hit, 2 runs. They were both earned. He didn't walk anyone. He didn't strike anyone out. And then Jonathan Christner for 1/3 of an inning, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and no strikeouts. So there's your box score info for the Weatherford Coyotes. On the Tyler side of things, going to be a little different box score. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 multi-hit Apaches. Zach Zavala, 2 for 3, would score a couple of runs today. Levi Reisenhover, a 2 for 3 ball game, scored a run, drove one in, and he also had a double today. And Grayson Linscomb, 2 for 3 today. He would score a couple of times. Nico Ruedis, the big 2-run home run, 1 for 4, scored a run and drove 2 runs in and would give the Apaches the eventual lead in the 7th. So a nice job by Nico today, getting a clutch hit in the 7th inning. Gabe Flores, a 1 for 4 day, would score one, and also drive 2 runs in. And Josiah Mackey, another multi-hit game for him, 2 for 4. Mackey had an RBI today as well. So there's your offensive stars of the game. On the pitching side for the Apaches, your starting pitcher was Dane LeMaster, 2 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. He walked 7 batters. That was a bugaboo for Dane today. He would strike out just 1 Coyote in this ballgame. He faced 16 hitters today. Then he gave way to Jackson Jordan, 2 2/3 for Jordan. Jordan would give up just 1 hit, no runs. He walked 1, struck out 1. Then it was Jake White for 2/3 of an inning. White would give up 1 hit, 1 run. It was an earned run. He would walk 2, strike out 1. He faced 6 batters today. Simon Hughes for 1/3 of an inning. No hits, no runs, no walks, and no strikeouts. And Simon would just face 1 batter today. Then it was Jonathan Grieve who got the win. Goes to 2-0. He pitched 2 complete innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs. He walked 1 batter and struck out 4 Coyotes. He would face 7 hitters today. And then Tyler Chapman comes on for a full inning, gives up 1 hit, no runs. He walked 1 and struck out 1 Coyote batter. So all in all, a really nice game for the Apaches. And you got Lou and Ada out on the field, so enjoy that. I see they're out there about to run the bases. For the Apaches, it's their 5th win in a row. The Coyotes will drop their 2nd consecutive game. And the Coyotes have some non-conference games this week. And let's pull up that schedule and remind the Weatherford fans what they got going this week. On Wednesday the 23rd now, they will go to Abilene and play Odessa College. 2 o'clock start there. Looks like it's going to be a single 9-inning affair. And then they got a doubleheader at TCS Postgrad. 2 7-inning ball games on Friday the 25th. And then they'll finish up their conference season with a season-ending conference series at Vernon on Wednesday the 30th, and then at home in their final regular season ball games on May 3rd, Saturday, May 3rd. It's a 12 o'clock doubleheader, a 7-9 tilt against the Vernon College Chaparral. So our best wishes to Jeff Lightfoot, and a big shout-out to Cole Lightfoot, and prayers for continued healing as he recovers from an accident, vehicle accident a while ago, and glad to hear he's back with a job and kind of moving forward with things, but still got some things to go. So we'll continue to pray for Cole, a former Apache, and the son of Jeff Lightfoot. So safe travels back to Weatherford, about 2.5 hours, 158 miles on the bus this afternoon to Coach Lightfoot and the Coyotes. Our best wishes for a successful end of the season. There's Coach Doe out there with Lou and Ada. And the Apaches, well, the Apaches, boy, you talk about big games coming up, and they got the Panola Ponies. Let's pull up the schedule here and make sure we give you the right information. The Apaches will travel to Carthage, 1 o'clock game against the Panola Ponies, who are right now in the loss column in first place. Huge games for the Apaches to try to solidify a spot. And I don't even know, just mathematically, even if they win the series, I would think if they swept, they might maybe secure a spot there. But there's so many games to go, and the Apaches will have to sit and wait during that last week because they have the bye week. So the games, there'll be a single game on Wednesday, the 23rd, at Carthage, and then the final conference doubleheader of the year will be Saturday the 26th right here at Mike Carter Field, 12 o'clock first pitch for Game 1. And then after that, the Apaches, rounding out their regular season, will have a doubleheader against Grayson College on Wednesday the 30th. So that'll be a week from Wednesday. The Grayson College Vikings come to Mike Carter Field, and Grayson is in second place in the North Junior College North Texas Junior College Athletic Conference just behind the Coyotes of Weatherford, who we played today. So Grayson having a good year as well. And the Apaches will play a 3-game set against the Grayson Vikings, 2 on Wednesday, the 30th of April, and then one finale, a single 9-inning game at Denison. That'll finish up the regular season ball games. And after that, it'll be a lot of scoreboard watching for the Apaches, as they'll sit and watch the rest of the conference, and hopefully by then, if they can get some wins against Panola this week, they'll put themselves in a position to be a playoff team. And at that point, you just gotta wait and see what everyone else does. And so, lots of things going on here as we finish up the season for the Tyler Junior College Apaches. And so let's say our thank yous as we wrap this one up. The Apaches, a nice win against the number 3 team in the nation, the Weatherford Coyotes. Apaches win their 5th in a row by a score of 9-5. For the whole athletic department at Tyler Junior College, our athletic director is Doug Wren. He was up here in the press box today. Associate AD Preston Caldwell, also up here in the press box, doing a great job with the PA. Assistant AD in charge of sports information, Tyler Roman, doing a great job telling the stories of the players and coaches. They're still here at the ballpark, kind of enjoying the sunshine. And so Preston and Tyler doing a great job in their respective roles. And, of course, the administrative assistant is Jordan Jones. She's still at the ballpark. She keeps us all on our toes and making sure we're doing what we're supposed to in the Tyler Apache Athletic Department. And, of course, on the live stats down in the press box, or down in the dugout, not sure who did it today, but a big tip of the cap to Nolan Jondal for all the work he's done. And our prayers and best wishes for him as he recovers from that surgery. And, of course, Preston on the PA doing a great job. And Cody Brash was on the scoreboard today. He's up here doing a nice job keeping us all squared. The Apaches win a non-conference game here on a beautiful Monday afternoon by a score of 9-5. So for everyone at the Tyler Junior College Athletics, thanks for watching. Thanks for the feedback on the emails. As the Apaches get win number 29 of the year. Thanks be to God who gives us the victory through Jesus Christ our Lord. Hope you had a great Easter weekend. From Mike Carter Field in Tyler, Texas, Dr. John Gross signing off. Until next time, so long, everybody.